It is Thursday, November 9th. I am joined by at Ty Schmidt, as in Taya Ty, and at Evan Foxy. We have a good show for you. We have a conversation with Stu Feiner about gambling that you are not going to want to miss. We have a conversation with Kyle Busch, NASCAR's bad boy, a guy who I partied with a few times. We had a good time. Call him KY if you want. You're going to enjoy a conversation with him about NASCAR and life as a NASCAR driver, and also his driving style, which is hilarious. You're going to very much enjoy it. Conversation with Johnny Hecker. The reason why the For the Brand tweets worked and continue to work. He was the first video I made, was Johnny Hecker kicking a football that I could never figure out. Then it got retweeted 40,000 times, and now there's a New York Times article about it. No big deal. First special teams breakdown I do ends up as a New York Times article. I feel like I should get a fucking Pulitzer for it. I won't. But I love it. Johnny Hecker's a monster. He's a great conversation. He's a really good guy. Friend of mine. Cool conversation. You're going to love it. This is Thursday, November 9th, and I think by the end of this conversation, you're going to be like, hey, Thursday, November 9th? Good fucking day. Hit the music.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. He was a high school All-American, a college All-American. He was All-Pro in the NFL, but the thing that he's most proud of is during his show in Muncie, Indiana, he made a woman in the crowd laugh so hard, she shit her pants. Ladies and gentlemen, Pat McAfee!
Okay, what a Thursday it is. This has been a fun week. We've been doing some magical things over here at Heartland. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff. Heartland Radio is doing well, things you missed. We put out a video today about Facebook wanting nudes, which we'll talk about here in a second. I hope you're having a beautiful week. I hope life is good. I hope whatever you're doing, if it's work, school, cooking, chilling, showering, bathing, sexing, or it's sexting, whatever you're doing, I hope you really have a good time for this next hour and 20 minutes or so. This show is brought to you by Hims, a new wellness brand for men who don't normally go to the doctor, with smart personal care. Listen, the holiday season's right around the corner. It's almost time for you to see everybody that you haven't seen in a long time. Whether you went to college to get away from your hometown, you're going back to your hometown to see your family and friends. How's school? How are you? Oh, how are you? Your ex-girlfriend may be around. Your old friends, the new you from college is going home. Or maybe you're going to see your family that you haven't seen in a long time. You live out of state. You got a new job. You're hanging out. You're going back to see your family, your friends, and you're going to celebrate life good. Are you thinking to yourself, man, I wish I would have taken care of myself a little bit better? Men, this is for the men. If you're thinking, man, I wish I would have taken care of myself a little bit back so I could get back and flex a little bit, you know? Have you ever thought like, you know, my skin could be just glowing, like that guy that walks into the room and owns the show? Like Sean Latham's skin is incredible. His hair is majestic, and he walks into a room, you look at him, and he's got a lazy eye, and he steals the whole show because he has beautiful hair and beautiful skin. And this could be you this holiday season. You could look immaculate around your friends. And it's with one company and one company only. And it's Hims. Hims is a wellness brand for the modern man. A one-stop shop for hair loss, skin care, and sexual wellness. And more, Hims makes men personal care trusted, easy, and affordable. That's right. Your hair, your skin, your dick. Have all three of them things up to a $100 whenever you go back home so you can flex on everybody. Is it trusted? Hims offers FDA-approved medical-grade products, personalized recommendations, plus convenient confidential online consultation with a licensed doctor. A doctor? Yes, it's trusted. Is it easy? Great question. With Hims, no waiting room, no uncomfortable time with the nurse, no pharmacy lines. Products are shipped directly to your door. Is it affordable, Pat? Great question. Hims passes big savings along to you, offering prescription and generic, fraction of the price, sound treatment and prevention backed by medicine and science. Look better, feel better, do better with Hims. Remember, if you look good, you feel good. You feel good, you'll play good. You'll play good, they'll pay good. They pay good, you live good. You live good, you die good. This is what Hims is put on this earth and this company was to do. It is the only thing Hims is worried about is making you look better and make you do better. Hey, you're balding. You don't even know it. Maybe your hair's acting differently. You're getting a little bit older. It's starting to do some things. Maybe you're seeing some hair. You're like, you know what? Not a big deal. I'm getting older. This is kind of part of life. It's not. It doesn't have to be. Hims can save that beautiful, luscious hair you have right now. Anybody can be bald. You can be bald when you're later. You're going to look good when you're bald. But while you have that beautiful hair right now, you need to enjoy it. And Hims wants to take care of it for you. Get a trial month of everything you need to keep your hair. Up to $67 value for just $5 today while supplies last. My listeners started today for just $5. See website for full details. Do yourself a favor and your future self. You ever do something in your future you's like, yes, thanks, old me. Like it was like when the wrestling ring showed up in my house. I'm like, fuck. But then I'm like, thanks, drunk me, for doing that. Have future you say thank you to your current you by going to forhims.com/Pat. That's FORHIMS.com/Pat. You get a $67 value for just $5 while supplies last. My listeners, if you start today, it's just $5. Forhims.com/Pat. See website for full details. What a company, by the way. Never heard of them before they got tossed into our email block here. And I checked them out a couple weeks ago. I got my little packet. Boy, I tell you what, my lady's happy. Hi-yo! Hi-yo! The whole eggplant thing's doing well, having a good time. Because I very much like Hims, though. They're literally just trying to take care of you. That's it. Just let them help you. That's what they're trying to do. This has been a wild week. Absolutely wild week. So many things are happening that I never thought would happen. Like, for instance, Palamalu watched my story about him ruining my life, and he decided he wanted to respond. And he wrote this, I don't know, eloquent? I think it's an eloquent response on the Tailgate app, which is being run by his brother-in-law, who is my former teammate, Khaled Holmes. Khaled Holmes sends me a text that goes, wait until you see Troy's response. And I responded, who the fuck is Troy? And he said, Palamalu. And I said, Palamalu is responding? He said, he saw your video. He loved it. And he's been crafting his response all weekend, the weekend he went into the Hall of Fame at USC, which was his past weekend. Congratulations to him. What a football player. And he says, as soon as he's done, I'll send it to you. I got a text. This was posted. Ready? This is Troy Palamalu's response to me telling a story about where he lined up directly in the middle of a gap that was supposed to be my glory hole. He covered and cucked my glory hole. Troy Palamalu. Told a whole story. It's on the internet. I think you could find it right now if you wanted to. He responds with, for most laymen, it would be like a normal Sunday evening, finishing children's homework or reading bedtime stories of the great gladiators of ancient times in preparation for school the following day. This, however, is not one of those cute bedtime stories. This isn't a story that'll trend on the airwaves in hopes of more followers and personal glory or attention. I think that was a shot at me. I'm not sure. This, perhaps, is a story that can only be understood in enlightened places like Colorado or my home state of Oregon. This is a story of real life-altering stuff. Excuse me while I attempt to get to the enlightened place that he is referring to in Colorado and Oregon. Talk to me, Troy. It had been more than 4 weeks since my last meal. Whoa. I had been training for 3 days in the scorching California/Arizona desert heat, and temperatures were nearing quadruple digits. I had reached a point of dehydration where saliva served as my hydration and plaque was my protein powder. A vision started to form, and I found myself playing Sunday night football. This is what I experienced. It was an unusual evening from the beginning. I hadn't packed my Head & Shoulders hair and scalp conditioner, but Head & Shoulders Classic Clean instead for my pregame soak. Let's just say my hair had some extra body, hence limiting my camouflage capabilities for the evening. This is really what he wrote. 2 Head & Shoulders plugs right in the middle of this fucking response. He's a pro's pro. He's got a little bit more bounce to the ounce in his hair, so this is limiting his camouflage abilities this Sunday evening. Moreover, as any good professional kicker would know, the breeze at Heinz Field blows in a counterclockwise direction, but for some unusual reason, there was no wind at all. Wow. My first thought was my interception calculations needed to be recalibrated since the breath of wind gods that normally grace Heinz Field with its presence were nowhere near. I knew the calculations that took days to perfect must be revised in a matter of milliseconds. This sort of energy or training cannot even be achieved by the greatest key gong masters or even the Navy SEALs. As I began to focus my energy and go inside myself, a vision of molecules began to crystallize. A sea of air rushed upon me on my right side through a gap of trees. A great thunder was heard, and a bright light walked towards me as I heard a voice say, "My dear child, do not let the sea part." It was then that I knew my purpose. This was a vision I had in second grade. That's what he said. That was his answer. That was his entire answer to me right there. That was the answer. That was the rebuttal. Troy Polamalu smokes so much weed, bro. So did you hear that thing he just said to me? Listen how deep this shit is deep right here. He said, as I began to focus my energy and go inside of myself, a vision of polymolecules began to crystallize. What a fucking line right there. This guy might be a Pulitzer Prize writer. He doesn't even know it. Now, I have no idea what that meant. I have no clue what any of that meant. He said in second grade, he'd been training for 4 weeks with no meals in the California desert sun with quadruple digit temperatures. And he had this vision of just screwing the hometown kid out of a touchdown and do not let the sea part. There's no chance anybody's going to be a better football player than Polamalu. Listen to this. This guy is he's in a different stratosphere than everybody else. His brain is just on another level. That's a wild answer, bro. That is a wild answer.
Yeah, what a fucking incredible wordsmith.
Oh, dude, there were some sentences in there that he put together that are just so much over my head I couldn't even fathom. Such a better brain than my brain. It's outrageous. And he's the one hitting everybody. People are talking about this CTE shit. Listen to that sentence he just put together. That's incredible. He's a genius. That's why Troy Polamalu was so good at football.
Either Bill Shakespeare helped him ghostwrite that, or
William.
he brained a baseball-sized bat blunt before he wrote that.
Yes, for sure. Colorado and Oregon, he said.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was him saying, excuse me, I am writing this in a different state of mind than the sober people. So if you'd like to keep up with me, just go ahead and take a little travel to Oregon or Colorado. I fucking love that. I like Polamalu even more now after that, by the way. Absolutely like him more than that now. And now Boss Rutan. Did you hear this shit? Boss Rutan sent me a tweet today. First of all, let me play this Boss Rutan clip that is just outrageously hilarious.
Let me tell you first that I've been around. I've been a bouncer for many, many years. Bang, bang, bang. It's a street fight. Never look away from your opponent. Look, sir, I really don't want anything of this. And I go like this. And I slit your throat, and it's over.
He has a self-defense video on YouTube that if you have not seen it yet, you need to. It's Boss Rutan Street Defense, the best version. And there in the first sentence, he said he's going to snatch somebody's throat out. And that's just, this guy's like an MMA legend, an absolute beast in the history of MMA. Obviously, he's not from, I don't know where he's from. That sounds like
he's from like Denmark or something.
Eastern European, is that the way to describe that?
Yeah.
What the fuck is Eastern European? That's like old Russia?
Maybe.
Wow, did I just put your mind in a blender right there?
Yeah, old Russia. Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's Eastern European is like old Soviet Union
like
places.
USSR territory.
Yeah, so yeah, the old Soviet places. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's like anybody that left Putin is called Eastern Europe, and then the entire top of the hemisphere is called Russia. That Putin just took over. Yeah, you guys can take whatever you want, man. You get a little Eastern Europe thing. We're going to take the entire top of the fucking hemisphere. Russia is so big. So big. Just one guy in charge of the whole thing. He's so rich, dude. Just taking shirtless vacations to Serbia. What a fucking guy Vladimir Putin is. He's a character, too. Like, I know we talk about Jim Kong a lot because Jim Kong is just the biggest troll on earth, and his games are about to get shut down here in a matter of time. In probably the next couple weeks. Old trolley Jim Kong over there in North Korea is about to all come crashing down, I do believe. But Boss Rutan goes, hey, Pat McAfee, I heard you and AJ Hawk talk about my DVD on Laces Out, which you can hear every Monday, selling one with all proceeds going to breast cancer action. Get your bid in, cuz. Boss Rutan called me cuz. What?
Let's go.
I slit your throat, cuz. Boss Rutan needs to get on the show, bro. So Palamalu and Boss Rutan are tweeting me. Last 2 weeks ago, D lineman for the Ravens said he's going to put a beam on me. And it's just, life is wild. Life is very wild. My life is taking some turns here lately. We're doing okay. Just having a good time talking into a goddamn microphone. It's a pretty good life.
Palamalu tweeted the video, and then Brian Urlacher actually responded with like crying faces to it as well. So that's like indirect for you.
No, that's Urlacher?
He's saying like, "Wow, Pat, that was a hilarious video."
You think?
Yeah.
I think he's saying.
I think it's 50-50. He might be laughing at your expense.
I think.
But
listen, if Urlacher's laughing at me or with me, who gives a fuck?
Right.
He's got hair now. He's a whole different ball game. Brian Urlacher is a monster in the NFL game. Hey, Burlacher. You want to laugh at me or with me, you could do whatever the fuck you want, man. As long as you're laughing, that's all that matters, Urlacher. Speaking of laughing, I think you're going to enjoy this conversation. I got a chance to talk to the punter that made the New York Times this past weekend. Here's a little listen to a member of the brand, a go to the brand, a great guy of the brand, Johnny Hecker. On the phone now, coming to me live from La La Land, Los Angeles, the most beautiful training facility on earth. You might have read something about him in the new. That is a beautiful place. Look at that view.
It's pretty nice.
You might have read about him in the New York Times as the goddamn MVP. You might have heard a video breakdown I did of him punting a banana ball, which I practiced for years and years, but couldn't control it. In my first week watching NFL football, I see this big ginger fuck from Los Angeles do a punt that I could never do in prime time on TV. I'm like, what a human. Like, I wanted people to respect it. He's a monster. He's an incredible athlete. He's a captain of the Los Angeles Rams, which are a surging team right now, Johnny Hecker.
Boy, Johnny. Ooh, all right. Thank you for the applause.
How are you, buddy?
I'm great. Very good. All the rest of my teammates are in real meetings, and I'm sitting out here having fun with you guys.
Hey, real talk. You were in the New York Times this past weekend as a MVP candidate. How does that feel? That's a big deal as a punter.
Yeah, that was wild. So one of our, it's very kind of, it's
good
cool
for
to
the
get
brand.
that recognition.
Good for the brand, Johnny.
It's huge for the brand, but I was also kind of just like, damn, his wording was very strong, and it kind of made me feel a little uncomfortable, but it was still, it's very flattering to have that kind of stuff said. My mom loved it. She's all over it. Got a bunch of copies coming to the house, so.
I would have that cool thing right above the bed, Johnny. I would have that thing above the bed if I was you. That's awesome. How has the transition to Los Angeles been? You enjoy Los Angeles?
It's been great. Yeah, our facility's beautiful. We're out here in Thousand Oaks, which is kind of out of the madness, which is great if you can avoid it, because traffic out here is the worst thing in the world. It literally cannot. People cannot say enough bad things about how bad traffic is out here. But the weather's amazing.
You know, Los Angeles, the city's slow. That's what Drake said, by the way, when he was talking about Nicki Minaj's boobies. Just real quick.
Okay, all right.
So you are older. Are you older than McVay?
I'm not. No, McVay's 31. We have a couple players that are as old. I think we had Connor Barwin just turned 31, and McVay in a team meeting was like, "Hey, Connor, how old did you just turn?" He said, "Well, 31." McVay goes, "Ha, me too." And everyone just died laughing.
He's a young dude, man.
He's young, the youngest ever. The youngest ever do it.
How does that get handled? Like, how does that work in the locker room and everything like that? Is he's just such a cool guy who knows his shit that is respected?
Yeah, he's so smart, and he's so just on top of everything. Like, I've never had a coach that is so fluent in offense, defense, and special teams, and just like the way he gets up and talks to the team, you instantly have that respect for him. And you know that age is not really an indication of how smart he is, because that guy is sharp, absolutely.
He just got pictured with some Ukrainian model too out of nowhere. He's living a life out there. That fucking big.
That's his girl. That's his girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah, he's living a life out there. You guys are successful, a winning team in Los Angeles. That has to be like a dream come true for the Rams organization.
It is probably what they were envisioning the end goal being, and a best case scenario. So we're having fun, but it's midway through the season. We can't.
Yeah, you're right.
As I say, bust the nut too early, right?
Yeah. Well, listen, it's okay to bust the nut early, kids. Just want to let you know that happens to all of us, literally. Legends in fornication bust early, so don't get down on yourself, but always pull out. Anyways, so the Los Angeles Rams special teams right now, I'm going to read off a couple stats, and this is mind-blowing, Johnny.
Yep.
Number 1 in kickoff return average. Great coaching, Bones. Number 1 in field goal make percentage, Young Jeezy. Texted him yesterday, got no response, by the way.
Killing it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what? Yeah, just out of nowhere, no response from Young Jeezy. Fewest punt return yards allowed in the NFL and no extra points missed. That fewest punt return yards allowed, you are eliminating people. You just absolutely eliminate returners with all this different shit you do. Like, what do you do all off? Do you just punt all off season and try to learn all this shit? What do you do? How do you become Johnny Hecker?
Just stay tricky. I mean, really, don't be afraid to try anything once. And if you think it gives you an advantage, keep trying it. You know, I definitely have worked on things that I will probably never do in a game, and probably I should never do. But you know, that's what the off season's for, to kind of tinker and have fun. Like, well, if I told you, I'd have to kill you, Pat.
I know. Like, I want to know who you work out with. Because I always used to train alone. So I would always train alone, and everybody was always like, why don't you come kick with blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. Like, I don't want to. Like, because I was always trying to work on shit, you know? And I assume you're the same way. Do you have, like, a secret? I had a back pasture I would work out in. Where do you go in the off season? Where do you hit at?
I go, so there's I live in the Seattle area during the off season. There's a high school right up the street. I'll just go up there and kick, jump the fence if I need to. I don't have a key to the field. Should probably work on getting that. But
yeah, you're in the fucking New York Times. I assume that high school can give you a goddamn key to work.
I'll break in. Yeah, Edmonds Woodway. They need to kind of start working with me, see if I can get a key. But no, it's great. I like to go there, and super close to my house. I punted at Oregon State a couple times. Worked out with their punter Nick Perebski. He's an Australian. He's the one that actually taught me the banana ball. That was 2 off seasons ago. So that was I mean, and just working out with guys. I worked with punting coach McCabe, and that guy
Mike McCabe.
I think you worked with.
I know Mike McCabe. Yeah,
that's always an adventure. So that's it's fun to get with younger kids and kind of show them some tricks, but you never want to show them the full bag for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. You are mid-season right now, halfway through. You're bombing the ball. Do you do a lot of cardio? What is your conditioning like? Will you continue to bomb all season, or do you have to change?
I have a pretty consistent routine for what I do. I mean, my punting workouts don't change throughout the season.
How many times a week do you punt?
Twice. 3 times on game day. Game day counted. I go Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
Nice. 1 day off in between. I used to go Wednesday, Thursday with 2 days off. Do you throw? Right. Do you throw against the defense in practice at all? Do you do any throwing to wide receivers or anything in drills?
No, I throw to our DBs. I do their kind of EDDs with them. Throw deep balls for them. That gets the shoulder pretty sore sometimes, so I'll have to ice my shoulder down every once in a while. But no, I do throw the ball a bit. Yeah.
Hecker is on the injury report. What for? His right shoulder. Yeah, through
rotator cuff.
Through a few too many dong shots yesterday to the DBs. He's in a bad spot. It's hilarious.
It is fun. I do try and really just if they're starting to feel a little froggy, like they're catching everything, then I really will just try and rifle them at them.
Yes,
it's pretty fun.
Absolutely. I used to play against our defense. I used to play quarterback against our defense, and I would there was plays, right? So they go look here first, then here, then here, and boy. If I was feeling it one week, like I was really putting the ball in some places. I was like, it felt like I was just playing Madden. Like I was having a blast.
Right.
Like I was like, these guys.
And you had to let them know about it if you completed it wrong, right? And just talk trash.
Yeah, I would say, yo, I'm eating W's, like NFL quarterbacks. I would scream to that.
How do you eat a W? That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Who's your speaker for the Rams? Who's like the voice of players?
I would say Alec Ogletree. The guy he's the heart and soul. He's the guy that gives us our pregame speeches every week and gets us all hyped up. He's great.
He doesn't eat
W's? Great guy.
What was that? He doesn't eat W's?
He doesn't eat W's, no. And he doesn't have to yell at us all to look at him either.
Look at me. Look at that. I didn't even think about that part where he was demanding
him. Circle up and look at me. You're not looking. I practiced this for 2 weeks.
You are not going to blow this opportunity for me. You're going to look. What's Jared Goff like?
Jared's awesome. Jared's hilarious. He is so young. Yeah, it's just so funny. So I actually sit behind him on the bus, like to the stadium and to the airport and stuff, and just looking at his like Spotify playlists is just so telling.
What is
how young the kid is? Like I think he fell asleep. he fell asleep. He fell asleep on the bus one time listening to Spice Girls.
Nice. Respect. If you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends.
Oh, with my friends.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a banger.
Yeah. No, it was good. And, man, just a lot of early Drake stuff. He thinks are throwbacks, and you're just like, man.
That was the prime. You don't even know. That's not a throwback. That's a prime.
He's really funny. You know, he's a good kid, and he's coming into his own as kind of a leader and dare I say, elite quarterback.
Now, one last question. I'll let you go. You're married. You're being so romantic, getting her a gift earlier today. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Is the Los Angeles scene affecting the team at all, or did it last year? Whenever you guys were out there, every Instagram model is from Los Angeles, and like guys on my team in Indy were like trying to fly them from Los Angeles to Indianapolis, like trying their best, like that was their goal. Los Angeles seems to have a lot of distractions. How does the Rams deal with that?
A lot of distractions. I mean, I think we have a young but pretty mature team, guys that aren't super kind of like swoon by that kind of stuff. But you know, if you wanna find that stuff, it is not hard to find down here. So
yeah, I really thought that was going to be an issue. I was like, it's going to be tough to find a group of guys. You got to have like a mature group of dudes to be in Los Angeles.
Right. But the good thing is we're kind of so far away from downtown and all that madness that if you really want to deal with traffic and get down there, if you're that thirsty, you can get down there. But
how far is it? How far is it to LA?
Downtown LA, probably like 45 with no traffic. So that could be like 2 hours.
Jesus. All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, brother.
Never fun.
Keep dominating. Thanks, I appreciate you so much, dude. You're so talented. It's fun to watch.
You're the man. Keep doing it for the brand, Pat.
Thank you so much. Johnny Hecker, the Ginger Monster.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
See you, buddy. Thank you. That dude is an animal at football. He is so good at football. He just punts. He punts. He throws. He hurts his shoulder. He's just an athlete. I didn't fucking ask him about whenever he cheap shot at Bennett. Guys, I'm not a pro. Listen, I'm not a pro yet. I'm just at the beginning. This is my first year. We're still popping the cherry a little bit. I'll do better next time. I promise you I'll ask that question next time. I can't believe I missed that. Unbelievable by me. You know, people say I've been missing out because I don't like dressing up, you know. I don't like dressing up at all. I don't enjoy it. I wear T-shirts everywhere. And then I get companies through Barstool. I get emails through Barstool, through the advertising people that are like, hey, Pat, a dress shirt company wants to sponsor you. And I said, cool. That makes no fucking sense. I wear T-shirts all day, every day. They go, Pat, this company, though, just wants to send you a shirt just to see if you like it because they are big fans of the show. They like what you do, and they think they have the dress shirt that'll change your opinion on how uncomfortable and ugly dress shirts look. And I go, okay, let's do it. So last week, they sent me a box. It came in a good box, too. And I'm not good at opening boxes. Everybody knows. We get everything shipped here. Hot tubs, mosquito, like zappers things. We get everything shipped here. Socks, mugs. And then one day, this box came. And I'm not good at opening boxes. And I opened this box up, and I opened it, and I saw this beautiful piece of cloth. And I said, it's a fucking dress shirt. So I said, Todd, I think it's for you, right? So I run it up to Todd, and there's actually a note in it that says, Pat, this is the dress shirt that the company, State and Liberty, sent that said you will change your opinion on dress shirts. So Todd had to run it all the way back downstairs in my office and say, this is strictly for you. You made an agreement to wear this shirt. I was like, I did. You're 100% right. I completely forgot about that. I've been smoking a lot of marijuana lately. That is 100% on me. So I put the shirt on. I literally put the shirt on in 100% hopes of hating it because I am an old dog. You can't teach me new tricks. I am a guy that I'm comfortable when I'm comfortable. I don't like dress shirts. I don't go to events that I need a dress shirt. Whenever Chuck Pagano put a dressing, like he had a set of rules for traveling, you had to have a collar, you had to have this many buttons, or you can't get on a plane, blah, 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 blah. I made a T-shirt, cut a hole in it, and put a collar on it and 8 buttons on I made my own little T-shirt. I made 10 of them. I traveled in the same shit every single week. It was a T-shirt. And Chuck, not happy, but I goes, what are you wearing? There's rules. I said, I know. Every single one of them, this shirt passes every single one rule. And he goes, you fucking dickhead. And I go, you're right. You're 100% right. But I like T-shirts. And I put this State and Liberty dress shirt on. Out of nowhere, I literally looked in the mirror and go, you're an adult now. Like, you're an adult now. This is a shirt that fit me. It almost felt like it was professionally tailored because I'm a barrely man. I'm a bigger body. People think I was a punter, but I'm like 235. I'm a bigger body. My upper body is built like a keg. It really is. It's just round. It's not the fittest one, but I mean, I got broad shoulders, a big ass, small waist. So like every shirt is just blocky on me if I was to buy, unless I want to go get a professionally tailored dress shirt, which I don't want to. I don't want to deal with the human measuring me. I don't want to deal with all of the antics of do you want coffee? I don't want my shoes shined. I don't want coffee. I want to get the fuck out of here. I know you guys are screwing me, but this State and Liberty company flipped my life on my head. The shirt fit excellent. The shirt fit great. There was space for me to move in my upper body where I'm a little bit bigger. And it got tailored down into my waist so it didn't look like all crumply and just disgusting. I looked like an actual adult. I looked good. And I was like, you know what? State and Liberty, I can rock with you guys. I'm going to start wearing these dress shirts whenever I should be wearing. Like, I walk into a lot of occasions where I should be dressed up, and I'm not. And everybody just looks at me like, oh, there's the child, McAfee, walking in here again. And I hear them. I hear them say it. It's in their eyes. You know, it's in their eyes. And we just move along and have a good time, and they forget it by the end. But whenever, like, pictures are taken and everybody's dressed and I'm in a T-shirt, I'm like, man, I should have fucking at least attempted to look like an adult. But I never had a dress shirt that I enjoyed because I didn't enjoy getting one tailored. State and Liberty changed the fucking game. Changed the game. I'm telling you, you need to try State and Liberty. They have a no questions asked return policy and offer free returns and exchanges, so you have nothing to lose by trying them out. If you're a guy like me that doesn't think that there's a dress shirt that can fit you unless you're tailored completely, you are wrong. This State and Liberty shirt fits good, looks good, and you're just going to absolutely fucking love it. StateandLiberty.com. That's State and A-N-D, liberty.com, and type in code PAT at checkout to receive 10% off your first order. 10% off. That's 1/10 of 100 off. That's incredible. That's a deal. That's a good deal. It's a great shirt. It's a good deal, and I think you're going to be really happy with it. And if you're not, return it. You get your money back. No big deal. StateandLiberty.com, promo code PAT, get 10% off. That's State, do it for State, and A-N-D, liberty.com, promo code PAT. Thanks, State and Liberty. Real talk, though. That shit felt good. What else is going on in the world, Ty?
We had some sad news a couple days ago. Roy Halladay, former Phillies pitcher, Toronto pitcher, one of the best pitchers of our generation, died in a plane crash at 40. Pretty tragic stuff.
Yeah, real animal on the mound. I don't know baseball much, but we have a kid, Booze, in our office here who's from Philly, who, like, I think we're eating lunch or something was going on out in the office, and all of a sudden he got like this white, like he like turned white, and he was like, Doc just died. And I was like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I thought like it was his doctor, and he was like, Roy Doc Halladay just died. And I was like, I'm so sorry, man. I started looking him up. What an incredible pitcher and a good guy, too. Like, Booze put together an entire video and tribute of him.
Incredible.
And
video.
It ends with, like, I just want to leave baseball better than whenever I got here. Like, what a great, a pro, a fucking incredible. I was watching the highlight video, and the curveball was dropping, and I don't know much about baseball. Well, when it goes from like the ump's head to the catcher's dick, like that's a hell of a fucking curve, I feel like. Oh, yeah. And he was like a gentleman. He seemed to be respected and loved by everybody, and he threw a fucking no-hitter in the
NLDS.
The NLDS, which is like, that's like throwing a perfect game in the AFC Championship, right? That's
yeah, I mean, it's a playoff game. Very, very few guys have done it.
Yeah, it's like throwing for 700 yards in like
right.
Damn near. Yeah, that's incredible. Rest in peace to him. Flying a plane by himself, though, that's wild. Those little planes, man, I'm not religious at all, but I get on them little planes, man, I start looking around. I'm like, I mean, which one's real? Like, hey, Allah, listen, if you're the guy, like if this goes down, like, I think we should be friends, you know? Like Jesus, same thing. You, the Father, the Holy Spirit, all of them. Whoever's right. When you get on them plane, I'm talking to all of them. It's like a 4 to 5 minute session of trying to talk and find every single God because I feel like those little planes are scary as shit. Roy Halladay, though, was a pilot. Like a man that was just like, pilots have a different mindset. Like they're just willing to get in there and control and guide. And like you got people's, like that's why pilots are like normally they have the military mindset. They're like here, like just like good people. Roy Halladay not only was a monster on the mound, but he was a pilot too. Like I think that's very noble. That's stepping up because me, I see a plane small, I'd like damn near pee. I'm not the guy that's like, hey, get on, I'll take it. I'm like, hey, I'm going to stay off. Like I'm too soft. Roy Halladay, though, rest in peace. What a guy.
LiAngelo Ball and 2 other teammates were arrested in China. And
say that again. What happened back there, Foxy? You're really nailing it. Foxy, excuse me, Foxy, what happened over there?
my brain was in a pretzel. I was just thinking about the Ball family, but they're back in the news. LiAngelo Ball and 2 other UCLA teammates, they went to jail in China for shoplifting.
Is this not the most absurd shit that you've ever heard in your life? Like, why are you stealing from China? Like, we already steal from China. You can just go to like a duty free in China and shit's probably like $4. Like, what are you doing?
The reason it was scary too, they said they could face up to 3 to 10 years in prison for shoplifting.
Imagine China like laying the hammer down on the Ball family. Oh my, LeVar Ball and the Prime Minister of China having a beef would be so beautiful. Like I imagine like him going to court over there, LeVar Ball, and just letting the Chinese guy know that the Ball family does not deserve or need to be in their jail. That would be fucking price. This Ball family though is the male Kardashians. They are 100% the male Kardashians. Whether it's sex tape or a Chinese arrest, whatever publicity is good publicity for them, and they're just going to keep building and building and building. This big baller brand is going to be around for at least the next 10 to 15 years, and we just got to strap on and just, we have to witness the ride. We have to do it. They are the male Kardashians. It's just everything they do we're going to hear about. That LeVar Ball fella has said some hilariously terrible things, like outrageously terrible things, and his family name is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and his kid, Lonzo, Magic Johnson is calling him the new Showtime. Like he's the guy. And I guess he's incredible at basketball. So it's like, what can we do? We can't do shit. We can't do shit. He's so good at basketball in LA. He's going to be national TV news. And if he's national TV news, you know what that means?
Yes.
Daddy's national TV news, which means the whole family's national TV news, which means, listen, at the beginning of the Kardashians, everybody thought they would fall off. Everybody's like, this is another year or so, the Kardashians will be fake. Duck Dynasty guys had a good 6-7 year run, and they weren't even like great at basketball. All these Honey Boo Boo, same shit. She had 4 to 5 years. The Dance Moms had 4 to 5 years. Bret Michaels had 3 years. Flavor Flav had like 5 years, 6 years. But this Ball family, just like the Kardashians, is going to outlive them all. Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian was just like her wardrobe stylist at one point. And Kim Kardashian could now hire Paris if she wanted to. And she just outlived all of them. All of them whenever it came to... What's her face? The other lady? She married the drummer boy from Good Charlotte, Paris Hilton's friend, Nicole.
Oh, Nicole Richie.
Nicole Richie, her, them, they had a run. They had like 2 shows, 4 or 5 years. But the Ball family and the Kardashian family, forever relevant. Forever and ever, amen. I don't know if LeVar Ball is anything like Momager Chris. Not to be confused with Caitlyn as well. I mean, are they both, are they both moms?
I think they just refer to Caitlyn as Caitlyn now.
Wow, no respect in the household. Do they call Chris? Is that what they do?
They might, who knows?
Yeah, probably, that family. They're all in business with each other, so they got to really respect each other. It's just like coaches and players in the NFL. Like, yeah, I get it, your title as a coach, but we're in this together, so chill the fuck out, all right? We'll talk man to man here. This ain't a you yelling at me situation here. Like fucking Johnny Hecker's, Connor Barland's older than McVay. McVay's probably just like, hey, I ultimately am in charge here, but we're in this together. But that's probably what they do with Caitlyn and Chris. But the Ball family, same. They're going to do the same goddamn thing. Bang, bang, bang. And you can't hate them. You can't hate them for it. It's a hustle. It's 100% a hustle, and it's going to work. But goddamn it, we're going to live through some pretty hilarious times when that Ball family has a WWE Raw moment again, or whenever there's a stay in your lane moment again. That ain't going to stop. Those moments are going to continue and continue. And there'll be another shoe release next year that ain't nobody going to buy, except for some people. He's going to be called a genius. There's going to be it's never going to end. Why doesn't Marshawn Lynch get this type of push? Marshawn deserves this type of push as the Ball push.
Do you think he wants it, though?
Marshawn?
Yeah.
No, but he deserves it.
Yeah,
listen,
for sure.
Amen. Marshawn deserves the push, but the Ball family's going to get it because they're all so good at basketball. Ain't nobody can do shit. Lonzo Ball becomes MVP of the fucking league. Ain't shit nobody can do. We're just going to have to live in it. ESPYs, Think about the ESPYs. Fucking A. LeVar Ball is going to stomp on. Oh, my God. I just thought of that. And if they get in with, they're going to be everywhere.
They already have a Facebook show. It's only a matter of time until they get a bigger show than Facebook.
I don't think there's anything bigger than Facebook, just for future reference. They are collecting everybody's nudes. Facebook is now collecting everybody's nudes, and it's 100% okay. Like the Ball family, they might make $1 bazillion on Facebook. Like whenever I signed up to do a show on Facebook, they were like, the potential for the viewership is roughly 2 billion. I'm like, what did you just say? And we got 2,000. Because if Facebook doesn't like your show, they go ahead and hide your show, so ain't nobody gonna watch it. Even if it is good. Even if there's 30 minutes of silence. Like it's still a good show, you know? We're live from Iowa, bro. We got no sound. This is a good show, though. Anyways, the Ball family's going to be around forever. Facebook, though, is on another planet. They have so many people. They have so many logistics. They know everything about everybody. I get a report on my videos from Facebook. Facebook shows up in my DMs. They're like, you want to know how your video did? Question mark. I'm like, not really. Like I'm looking at, I guess, yeah, I'll click into like men aged 17 to 26 in Indiana seem to very much enjoy your video. They had a longer watch rate than females in the same age graphic, blah, blah, blah. Also, California, in this small town, you have a loyal following that watches all of your videos, so this is something you should think about. And I'm like, thank you, Mark. Like, it's crazy that this company started as just like a hot or not thing, and now it's telling me every human that's watching my shit. Like, Mark Zuckerberg is winning, and now he's just collecting nudes. It's a new thing. Facebook's like, hey, send all your nudes to us. We'll fingerprint it with you, and if anybody else tries to upload it here on the Facebook, we'll take it down for you. There are titties, too. There are cock, too, now. You share it with us, you got our... It's almost like we'll protect you. You send your nudes to us, we'll protect you. You don't send your nudes to us, we don't know what's going to happen. Your tits might get on the internet. But when you're with us, we control the internet, no problem. Mark Zuckerberg's making moves, cuz. Send all your nudes, all your dicks, all your tits, all your butts, all your... I was trying to say something to rhyme. It didn't. That's a wild move, though, by Facebook. But, like, it's legit, though. Because it's like that revenge porn, I guess, is a big, big deal. It's something that everybody should be thinking. Stop sending pictures of your dick to each other, by the way. Stop sending your meat to people. Stop it. Listen, if you haven't learned anything, it's 2017. Keep your dick just away from your phone because there's hackers in your phone, too, and they might use a Polaroid and take it. Just keep your phone and your dick away from each other. Don't let the camera even get a glimpse of your dick. Don't even do it. Just keep... If I was to say one thing that I want to teach my son later in life, if I have one, keep your dick off the internet is what I'd say to him. Unless you fall in hard times, then go do porn and make money off of it at least. Don't let other people get your dick out there, though. You know, that's a Brett Favre rule for way back. But people are just out. I talk to dudes in this office, and I'm like, have you ever sent a picture of your dick? They're like, yeah, absolutely, all the time. And I'm like, what? And then somebody else was like, yeah, I think it happens a lot more than you think. I'm like, what? And the other guy's like, I've sent 2 dicks. I'm like, whose dick did you send if you didn't just send your dick? He's like, well, I sent one off the internet, too. I'm like, now that's the move. You Google a dick and you send that dick. Do not send your own dick. Because if you're just sending your dick out of nowhere, it's not wanted and it ain't going to work. If you can't close the deal without a picture of your dick or somebody else's dick, it just ain't going to happen. You should be a wanted commodity, not a desperate commodity sending your meat all over the place.
I always think, too,
Amen.
like, if Snapchat, like, if a disgruntled employee, like, on his way out was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to release all these.
Snapchat has a cloud of dicks, right?
So many.
Snapchat was created to send dicks, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
And everybody, like, because that conversation happened. Whenever I asked them, they're like, oh, Snapchat probably has all my dick pics just saved. I'm like, yeah, somebody has those dicks. Your dicks are somewhere on the internet. Facebook just said, we will save it. And we will help you. They just came out and said it. It's like Facebook is the new, they know everything about everybody. They're Google times 10 because they know everything about everybody. They know how much of a video you're watching, how long they know what you're searching for. They know what food you follow. They know everything about you so that they feed you videos that you like so you will stay on there forever. So it's like a happy time on Facebook. So if they see that you like one video of mine, they're going to feed my videos into your feed at a good rate, which is very cool. So keep watching my videos. But that is also happening everywhere else. So if somebody just uses Facebook for political shit, they just watch like super right videos or super left videos. Facebook notices that. It's an algorithm, and they just send videos that are like that video. So bang, 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 people's lives are becoming only things that they want or only things that they know, as opposed to seeing the other side of the story. And there's literally nothing you can do about it because it makes sense for Facebook to do it because they're just trying to keep their customers happy. But goddamn, you know everything about everybody is a wild situation. That's a wild situation. And it all started with the Facebook until Justin Timberlake told him to drop the the. It's cleaner that way. Good business. Yeah, Justin Timberlake said that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he also started Napster.
Yep.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake. Facebook runs the world, though. People need to realize that. Everybody's like, why are you posting shit on Facebook? Because everybody says they're not on Facebook is on Facebook. At some point, you log on to Facebook during your day. Whose birthday is it? Who's this? Let me see what my friends from Pittsburgh and their babies are doing. Boom, boom, boom. And then before you know it, Facebook has captured you with one video in your timeline. And then once that video is halfway done and you decide to scroll again, bang, there's another one in there. Bang, there's another one in there. Facebook is going to own everything. They are going to be the world one day. Facebook is going to be the world. It's true. And they got everybody's dicks and they got everybody by the balls, literally. They're going to own everybody. Everybody. Are you enjoying this podcast? I hope you are. Really one-of-a-kind thoughts that you can't hear anywhere else. Ain't that right, Ty?
Absolutely.
This show is so average, it's ridiculous. I'll tell you something that isn't average, though, and that's mattresses, mattresses, mattresses from Lisa Sleep. No one wants to spend hours visiting those awkward showrooms where you're forced to spend thousands of dollars on a subpar mattress. Lisa has changed the game so you can now enjoy the comfort of a luxury mattress at a fraction of the price. The Lisa mattress starts at just $525. It is quickly and conveniently ordered online, made to order, and shipped compressed in a box to your door within days. Unboxing the mattress, which is a lot of fun. Just open the box and whammy, you get the luxury mattress right at your doorstep. Or if you want to move it into your room first, probably do that because the unpacking of the bed is a very, very fun thing to do. It's just you have no idea that you're like this box and then bam, whammy, bingo, best mattress you've ever slept on, a luxury mattress right at your door, and you can do it all in less than 5 minutes. Not so sure about ordering online, I assume, because the old school thought is you got to try your bed before you buy it. You got to go lay on those showroom beds that every other human who ain't showered in years and years and years was rolling around on, playing dead, playing asleep, maybe getting a little frisky with their homeless lady. You don't know what's going on. You don't want to be in those awkward situations. So you might be a little bit not so sure because that's the old school traditional thought. But let me tell you what, 2017, the world's better. Amazon ships everything to your door. And Lisa Sleep ships you the best mattress you've ever slept on. And it provides a 100-night risk-free trial along with free shipping so that you can properly try out the mattress in the comfort of your own home. Not at the showroom. Not with old Ted from the local bed mattress place that's just trying to hustle you into another set of springs that are just going to wear out in a few months and you're not going to like. You know, if you sleep good, life's good, morning's good. Everything like that is needed. And Lisa Mattress takes all that terrible thing out of it and just delivers it right to your goddamn doorstep with a 100-day trial. Like 100 nights. That's 3 months in some days. Well, you guys know that thing like January, February, 28, 30. Like, do you know that whole thing where they say like one has 28 days, one has 31, 30? It's like a knuckle thing. You know what I'm talking about? I
don't know that anymore.
I think if you get it now, though, this might spread like a good 3.5 months if you order it now. I think this 100-night free trial would get you through 3.5 months of sleep. And if it's not working, you can go, I'll send it back. It wasn't for me. But I guarantee if you get this mattress, you will be keeping it for the long haul. With over 10,000 five-star customer reviews, you can trust that this mattress is the right pick. Go to leesa.com/barstool. That's LEESA.com/barstool today to receive an exclusive $100 off the Leesa mattress. Just for Stoolies, just for listeners of this show. That is incredible. You get the best mattress you've ever slept on, $100 off, 100-night free trial. Why wouldn't you try? Go ahead and get the best sleep of your life thanks to Leesa Sleep. Leesa, LEESA.com/barstool. $100 off. I love that. Now listen, a guy that I think sleeps well, I think he sleeps very well because he's very comfortable with who he is. This is a guy that is the bad boy of NASCAR and an old friend of mine. You're going to hear a story about us getting drunk together, partying together, and a story about him fighting. I think you're going to enjoy this. Joining me now is my favorite NASCAR driver on earth. He's a man that I've had a couple cocktails with. I've met his beautiful wife. He has an incredible family. He's successful. He's just a guy that you would want to be friends with who happens to be a NASCAR driver. He fights. He talks shit. He does everything, and I absolutely love it. This weekend on NBC at 2:30, he'll be in Phoenix, ready to take on the rest of the NASCAR field as he rubbing and racing and juking, jiving and cutting and hunting, go low, out high, all that racing bullshit, ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Busch.
Yay! What's up? How's it going, Pat?
I'm great, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. It's been a long time. What you been doing?
Well, I just been living. I've seen you've been creating a whole family. You and your lady have been procreating. I like that. You got a beautiful baby.
Yeah, we got a 2.5-year-old now, man. Braxton, he's growing like a weed, and he's wide open. He loves this race car thing too. So just as much as I do, he might be a future star. Who knows?
Is he like a little Ricky Bobby right now, stealing the car, fucking flying around?
Yeah. So I guess I'm the Ricky Bobby, right? So he's either Walker or Texas Ranger.
Well, no, technically, because Ricky Bobby's father told him if you ain't first, you're last. So that would be you talking. But I get it. Do you enjoy that movie? Talladega Nights?
Yeah, that's a good movie. It's good anytime. Of course, it's you're flipping through channels, whatever it's on. You're always like, oh yeah, okay, I'll watch it. So.
Kyle, where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Did you know you were going to be a racer forever, or?
I don't know, man. I'd say when back in the beginning, back in my early days, my dad was racing, my brother was racing, and I was always kind of working on the car. So getting my hands dirty, being in the garage, and doing all that sort of stuff. I thought that, you know what, this gig's okay, but it seems like they're having a heck of a lot more fun because they get to race these things. So I wanted to get out there and give it my shot, and I was 13 when I first started, but I probably had that itch that I wanted to go race since I was about 10. So it seems as though I kind of picked out the right avenue to go down. Is
being a professional race car driver everything you thought it was going to be whenever you were 13, whenever you were thinking about getting into it?
Not exactly, no. I would say that the being on the racetrack, the winning races, and going to victory lane, all that stuff is just as you would want it to be. But the rest of the stuff behind the scenes, the sponsor things and, working like this, interviews, whatever, although it's with your bro, it's always kind of just weird.
Yeah.
But, it's a lot more fun to just go out there and kick everybody's butt on the racetrack.
Speaking of, you have one of the most epic fights in recent history, and you're probably not allowed to talk about it, which is great. So I'm going to bring it up for sure because I thought it was the highlight of the NASCAR year. Whenever it showed like real competitiveness, it like showed real juice. And if you want to, peanut M&Ms are my favorite, by the way. So I love everything you're doing. Yeah, get your tits in there. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, so is there any communication between you and the other drivers while you're on the track, or are you only talking to your pit crew?
You're only talking to your crew.
So you can't like talk to the other driver who just did something morally unacceptable on the track there. You can only handle it afterwards.
That's right. No, you can't say anything to him. I mean, you could go through your spotter, you could go through your crew chief if you wanted to, but really in that time frame, it pretty much becomes like Chinese telegraph, and the message doesn't quite get relayed the same as you said it.
Hey, I want you to tell to stop fucking with me, and then they won't relay it in the same intensity as you, so it doesn't make sense. Is that right?
Yeah, they're pretty much like, hey, he didn't think that was very nice, so don't do it again.
What is something that can happen on the racetrack that would cause you to want to fight somebody?
Getting crashed out or wrecked or something deliberately. When you feel as though it was definitely deliberate, that's when fact of the matter comes out and you're pretty pissed off.
See, for you guys, you're going so fast and there's only inches away from each other. So if somebody, that's like a near death experience and they're actually trying to crash into you, I would want to fight them too.
Right. See, that's the name of the game. That's where it all boiled down to. That's what it came from. So you're racing at 180 miles an hour, and we were only racing for a third place finish in this instance that we're talking about. But still, man, it's like, hey, you just crashed me out for no reason coming to the checker flag. Like, I raced you, I bumped into you, whatever. I passed you. I was gonna, race you to the finish line. I bumped him. Rubbin's Son is Racing.
Yeah, it is.
It's that movie.
Yeah, it is. Rubbin's Racing. You can't handle
it.
it.
I got wiped out, and so I was pissed about it.
Yeah, you should have been. And I really like what you did. There was no bullshit, no walking around, straight into the biggest dog in the thing, fist thrown. I loved everything about it. I loved it.
It turned out to be one of those highlight moments of the year that still you continue to talk about.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to. Your actual wording was, "Don't bring up the fight." That's on me. 100%. I just say inedible, Kyle. There's nothing I can do.
Well, I think the first time we talked to each other about having me on the show, it was like right after that. You're like, "You need to come on the show," and I was like, "All right, let's give it a couple of weeks." And you still haven't forgot. So I'm glad that couple of weeks has still remembered in your brain.
It was such a big deal. I was so excited because I didn't know anything about NASCAR. I never knew anything about.
Would you have been my backup? Would you have been there?
Yeah, that's what I live for, like those moments, because I'm not supposed to win any fight, but I feel like in a pit stop in a NASCAR, I might win one in there. I might get in football. I've been in like 3 fights, and it's not good. Like, I'm not supposed to be in those fights. I only show up for like film purposes, so I look good, and then I get thrown by some guy much bigger than me, and it's over. But like for this would have been a lot of fun. I didn't think your boys had your back enough though in that fight. Did you talk to your friends about that?
They didn't know what I was going to do. Like, there was no discussion. You can't talk about it. You can't premeditate it before it's going to happen. You just got to go over there and go do it. And look, I was like, you know what happens happens. You just got to get in there. No ifs, ands, or buts. No talking about it. Just throw.
Yeah, I'm on your side here. You've been doing really. It seems as if you win all the time. Like I said, I never really get a chance to keep up with NASCAR as much as, because it's enjoyable as hell to watch. From the humans that are at the races to what's going on in the infield of races to the talent level, not only on the racetrack but the pit crews. It's a full magical event. I don't get to keep up, but it seems as if you always fucking win. I'm being serious when I say that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say always. Always is a word used loosely about all the time, and I certainly wish I was winning all the time. But you're right. We've had a lot of good races this year, and we've finished. We've won 3 of the 8 playoff races thus far. So it's been really, really good for us. 3 of the 8, and in the season we've won 6 times. So it's been a really good year for us in 2017, and we've got 2 races left to go. We got Phoenix coming up this weekend, like you said, on NBC at 2:30 Eastern. And then we've got the final race at Homestead, which is coming up next week. So we're looking forward to that one too.
That's fucking. Are you dead tired after your races, or do you celebrate?
Sometimes you are dead tired. When it comes down to the final race at Homestead, though, which is the same time, 2:30 Eastern on NBC, it's going to be it's going to be all about partying afterwards when you win the championship. When the championship is won, man, the party goes all night long. It don't stop.
What are you? So you're going to be in Miami. Your lady's going to be there, who is also a great time. I've got a chance to celebrate life with both of you. What is going to? Do you have like UFC fighters? They have post-fight parties already planned. You don't want to do that, obviously, because you don't want to be calling your shot. But let's say you win in Miami. What is the first move for the family?
Well, the first move after the race is over, you better win the race, by the way, in order to win this championship. But the first move is just you're celebrating in Victory Lane. You got this big old stage that comes up, and you're celebrating with your team and all your sponsors. I mean, the stage is full of like 50 team people. And then, you've got the sport CEO, Brian France, comes out, gives you the trophy presentation and all this sort of stuff. So you go through that whole song and dance and photos. The photos last for like 3 hours.
It's like wedding photos, yeah.
Exactly, it is. It's like wedding photos.
Yep.
So you do all that stuff. And then when you're all said and done with that, then it's time to get down to the beer and whatever else at the motorhome. We're staying in the infield there at the racetrack, and there's a big lake there. And last year or 2 years ago when I won the championship, we were out with our crew guys. It was, 3:30 in the morning, something like that. We were still going at it and partying. We had them stripped down in their underwear, and they went for a swim in the lake all the way down and around the buoy that was in the middle of the lake and come back. And later on, we told them that the lake was full of snakes and everything else. So it was a pretty good time.
Jesus. Allegedly swimming, I assume.
Allegedly swimming. Yes, one of those incidences.
Kyle.
You know about that, Pat?
Just stop. All right, enough. We need to. We've moved on about that one too. Your little fight.
Hold on a second. Wait. I remember something about reading in the news. I think you were playing football or something. Or do you kick a foosball? Is that what you do?
I retired from all that, Kyle.
Yeah. So allegedly there was this swimming incident. I remember. That wasn't after one of the nights we hung out, was it?
No, we had. But you remember Steak and Shake at like 3:30, 4 a.m. in Indianapolis, Indiana?
Yes, I do. I remember that one vividly. That was a pretty good time. The waitress had no clue what was happening to her at that moment.
I'm very we just got done with a Super Bowl party. I think it was me, him, his lady, which I cannot say enough good things about. I want that to be known. She was so nice because I was very intoxicated, and I'm a lot when I'm intoxicated. And Kyle, when he's a little intoxicated, he's a good time too. KY here gets after it. And Hank and Kendra were there, and we roll into the middle of the hood in Indianapolis with this fucking 10-seat limousine riding right into a Steak and Shake at like 3:30, and the waitress was like, I do not want anything to do with any of this. She was not excited.
She was quite spun out as soon as, and there was extras with us. It wasn't just that group. There was more. So we had about, 9, 10 of us, and they were really understaffed for that moment in the morning and being on Super Bowl evening.
By the way, you just said she was really spun out. Do you guys use like race terms in life? Like if somebody's like she was spun out, that's like a racing term. You just dropped a racing term on me right there.
Yeah, totally. Like shake and bake.
Hey, now you see me. Now you don't.
That's right.
What is your racing style, Kyle?
Aggressive. Take no shit.
Is that how many? Like, who was the driver you looked up to or watched the film of?
I'd say that my favorite driver growing up was Jeff Gordon. That's who I looked up to the most. He was kind of the new kid coming on the scene when I first started watching racing. I was only like 7, 8 years old at that time, I think. So, watching him and being a part of what his legacy was always pretty cool. Being a fan of his, and then getting to the Cup Series and being able to race against him was also pretty neat. And then in his final season, that was my first championship. So it's kind of unique that I sucked that long in the sprint in the Cup Series before I could win a championship that it took Jeff Gordon to retire to get one.
Well, there's a line in a rap song that said, "When your idols become your rivals," blah blah blah. I felt
we've had those moments. Yep, no question.
Yep, that's like Shane Leckler, who's like my homie now. Like he was the guy I looked up to when I first started punting, and then we started battling, and now we can't wait to get drunk with each other. It's a win-win-win. All right, Kyle. Good luck with everything, man. Stay safe. The family's beautiful. You're racing fantastic. Peanut M&Ms are so good. Just keep dominating life, brother.
I appreciate it, man. It's been awesome to be on your show. You guys do a great job. It's always fun to see your podcast and whatnot. So I appreciate that, and looking forward to the finish of the season. If you can, get your butt to Homestead, man. Let's go. Let's party it up.
Yeah, bro. I am definitely swimming drunk with those nude dudes with the snakes and the gators. If you win, I'm coming down.
Snakes weren't just in the water, buddy.
Oh, hi-oh. Are you talking about dicks right there, or are you talking about actual? Jesus. Kyle Busch, ladies and gentlemen. Me and KY got wild one night, man. That Super Bowl party was outrageous. I wasn't even going to go out. I was at home, and Hank Basket and Kendra like FaceTime me, and Kendra, I believe, said, "Are you not coming to my party, bitch?" And I was like, I don't think so. She's like, "You need to come." I was like, cool. Like I wasn't even going to come. I wasn't even on the guest list. When I got there, I got stopped by like 3 different people at security. It was in like the ballroom of this downtown building in Indianapolis when the Super Bowl was here. Because basically, when you have the Super Bowl in your town, like Hollywood moves in, every big company moves in. They just rent out buildings. They have parties. They have festivals. Everybody on earth is here. And Kendra's like, "I have a party. You need to come." I was like, I'm laying low from Indianapolis because literally there was so many people downtown you couldn't go anywhere. And I was like, I don't think so. It brought a lot of money to Indianapolis. The weather was perfect. It was a great thing for the city of Indianapolis. Downtown restaurants crushed, everything like that. But like for the citizens of Indianapolis, not great, because like you couldn't do anything. You literally couldn't. So we just stayed out of downtown. Kendra sends me a video, says, "You coming to my party, bitch?" And I was like, I don't think so. And then I got a text at like 10 p.m. It's like, "Are you really not coming? I'm in your city and you're not coming to my party," is what Kendra sent me. I was like, here I come. So I got out of bed, had like a white suit coat on. That's all I owned at the time. I had a fucking dress shirt. That suit coat, I honestly believe, was from Goodwill for sure, because you had to dress up. I couldn't just wear a fucking T-shirt into this thing. I wish I knew about State and Liberty fucking dress shirts then. God damn, I'd have walked in there flousing. I'm foxy. You know what I mean? And I go in there, I show up, I get stopped by 3 different like red carpet security people to get into the elevator to get all the way upstairs. I'm like, my name's Pat. And they're like, you're not on the list. I'm like, I know, I was in bed. I'm not even supposed to be here. And then all of a sudden they'll be like, are you Pat? Kendra's looking at me. I'm like, yeah. And then I get to the next thing and they're like, oh, you're not on the guest list. I'm like, I know, I don't even want to be here, bro. And then they shuttle me up and then I get up top and it's just like a full on fucking like Avatar setup of a party. There's like leather and straps across the ceiling. There's like a DJ, like a spotlight up on Kendra's table. People are losing their mind. There's people dressed up in costumes and shit. And I'm like, whoa, we're about to fucking do it. And Kendra, they like put a spotlight on me when I walk in. And I go, nobody had a clue who the fuck I was. I'm like, hi, how's it going? And Kendra's like, get up here on the DJ's microphone. I get up there. Jim Gaffigan is in the booth next to me drinking alcohol. And I go, Jim, fucking Hot Pockets, bro. Up here. Okay, Jim, how's it going? It was Pat, like real nice. I'm like, thank you, Jim. Nice to meet you. Okay. And then Kendra's like the main table. It's me, Hank, Kendra, Kyle Busch, and I think, God damn it, one of Jim Gaffigan's friends was a comedian, was in our table. And I just did it, man. I ordered 100 shots for like the whole place immediately. As soon as I got there, I'm like, 100 shots, let's go. And we turned up. We had a great time. It was just like the party was basically just for us, it felt like. I don't even know if there was anybody else there. And then afterwards, KY's like, Kyle Busch is like, I got a limo. Let's go. I'll drive you home. I'm like, I live outside the city a bit. He's like, cool, we'll drive you. I'm like, this is going to be a little bit of a drive now, Kyle. He's like, it's okay. We're having a good time. This party shouldn't stop. And we get in this car and we're barely outside of downtown, which is not a good area. And there's a Steak and Shake right in the middle of the hood. And he's like, I'm hungry. And I was like, fuck yeah, me too, bro. Let's go Steak and Shake. So we go in there. We roll in there. One waitress. Place was completely dead. 10 very intoxicated people who are very comfortable and confident in themselves just roll into that place. And me and KY bonded over some fries with cheese, bro. Like 4 a.m. That's where we became friends. Followed him on the Twitter. He followed me back. And I would chit-chatted with him every once in a while. And then he got in a fight, and I was like, bro, you need to come on my show. He was like, I can't, man. They're like mad at me for this. And I'm like, well, you need to come on the show ASAP, and here he is. Good guy. KY and I, you learn a lot about people when you party with them. When you party with them. Because that's like, okay, is this person a good time or not? Kyle Busch is a good fucking time. He turns up is what we like to call it. Jim Gaffigan, too. Never would have guessed it. Catch Up Jim. Hot Pockets Jim. Open for the Pope Jim. Was having a good time at this party. It was a blast. It was an absolute blast.
Buying 100 shots is a very Pat McAfee move. Mm-hmm. Did you get a chance to watch the Ric Flair documentary?
Yeah, I guess I'm not the only person.
No, I guess not.
By the way, heard that Ric Flair did that, and my exact thought was like, good move. And then at the same time, Sam, my lady, looked over at me and was like, huh, so you're Ric Flair? And then it got into like the whole cheating thing and like 10,000 women. No. And I was like, wait. Just because we share an incredible party trick, which it is. You can make any place go upside down. They're at some random place in Kansas or something. They said it was a Holiday Inn or what, and they got 100 drinks and they're going to have a couple beers with JR. It is a great move, though. It is a great turn up. So I love that move by Ric Flair. But that thing was kind of sad to me. That Nature Boy documentary was sad to me. It didn't seem like he was genuinely happy with his life, and that's very sad. Like, no fulfillment out of that guy. He lived his entire life to entertain other people because his parents didn't like him, right? And he was such a good showman, 100%. But he missed out on so much. I feel like he never really. It was just sad. It was a sad thing because I was such a big Ric Flair fan. I felt bad, man. It was a sad story. Roller coaster, real roller coaster, man.
Yeah, it was
all over the place. Like after his son passed away, which it seems like was the only kid that really loved his dad, he passes away. So like Ric Flair's like, I can't do it. It's just a sad, but we'll talk about a guy that dedicated himself his entire life to a profession. And he's the guy. He's always been the guy. Nate, the greatest of all time. Woo!
Yeah, for me, I'm not a huge wrestling fan, so it was really eye-opening, all that stuff. It was really well done.
Yeah, Triple H came in there at the end, had a great part. I'm talking about Nature Boy will lie right to you. It sounds like Triple H was really a lifesaver for Ric Flair.
Yeah.
And somebody he really respects, and Triple H is so much younger than him. So that's a very interesting thing. It was very eye-opening to get behind the scenes, though, of Ric Flair. Because, 10,000 women, no way, though. Never, not never.
No
Listen.
chance.
I understand Wilt Chamberlain and all these people say there's massive amounts of people they've had sex with. When you start doing the math, it's like You're talking like three, 4 women like a day for like 20 years almost. It's like, come on now. I understand what you're trying to say is you've had sex with a lot of people and you're just throwing out numbers and it sounds incredible. And I'm assuming that Nature Boy had sex with a lot of women. Hugh Hefner, same thing. Wilt Chamberlain, same thing. But 10,000 relations with 10,000 different, that is absurd.
I mean, Triple H said it right. He says what everyone wants to hear, even if it's a lie.
Woo! Bro, some of his promos, though, are legendary. Legendary. Connor Daly said he went to ESPN with him to promote the Indy 500 because he was the MC of the Snake Pit. And he said everywhere he went into, he just said, looking only is how I can look. Woo! Rolex wear. Like his whole thing, he's got his shtick just ready to go at all times. But man, it seems as if he was never really happy. I wonder if after his near-death thing recently, if he's kind of turned the page. But incredible career. But boy, sometimes you sacrifice whenever you have an incredible career. But that's sad. I hope he's happy. He's a fucking good guy, man. No, I don't know if he's a good guy. I honestly have no idea if he's a good guy. It seems as if he's just a dedicated, loyal worker to the wrestlers because it seemed like wrestling saved his life almost because he had nothing else going on. When he almost quit and then he came back, like what would he have done? He had no family at the time. He had nothing. And wrestling like saved his life and then it became his life and he missed out on a lot. But what a life. He lived, man. That guy lived hard living.
I think a lot of those like 80s wrestlers too, like definition of married to the game.
1,000, so loyal. Had to travel so much, wasn't getting paid much. He said he drank 10 beers and 5 mixed drinks for 20 years straight every day, cuz? 10 beers, 5 mixed drinks every day? Bro.
Yeah,
it's like inspirational almost to me, though, because I had like a good 5-year run where I went hard. And this dude, and like I've stopped. I don't do that anymore. He did that for 20 years while wrestling, while traveling, without a lot of rest, like just ran his body down all for the entertainment of other people. I mean, what a hard living that guy.
They straight up asked him, how are you still alive?
He said he should be dead. He said, I should be dead. And he's 100% right. He should be, it sounds like.
Survived that plane crash, too.
So much. What a life. Incredible documentary. Sad life, though. But he's a legend in wrestling, so at least he did something great while he was here. I had a conversation with one of the most intense humans of all time. You might have seen him pop up in your Twitter timeline or on Facebook or anything like that. He's basically a guy who helps you bet on sports, but he's one of the most intense humans of all time, and his backstory is something that I don't think I expected to hear in this interview. Talk about riches to rags, back to riches again. All because of a guy who has a lot of energy, a lot of optimism, and feels very good about himself, even if he's 5'4", with a 10-inch dick. That's absurd. 9 7/8. You'll hear all about it. You're going to enjoy this conversation. Stu Feiner. Joining me now from one of the most elaborately set up offices I've ever seen in my entire life. There's rich mahogany. There's a beautiful glass top desk. There is a red leather chair. There is memorabilia behind him. He's got a chain with a medal on it from completing a fucking marathon. He's your number one source for automatic sports betting picks. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard him on Pardon My Take. You've seen him on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the whole thing. Ladies and gentlemen, Stu Feiner. Let's go.
It's an honor. It's a pleasure. What an incredible, inspiring introduction. I have to tell you, I'm not gay, but I just came.
Well, Stu, I'm happy.
Thank you. But that's not really saying too much. The wind blows when I come, so I mean... But, no, motherfucker, I ran fucking 26.2! Fucking ran it! And, I'll tell you right now, I could have ran 40 miles because when it ended at 26.2, I wasn't out of breath at all. But at the 19-mile mark, my right knee hurt, and then 21 miles, the hammy. So the last 7 were hell. But otherwise, it was easy. It was easy. And listen, July 11th, I'm smoking 2 ounces of pot a week minimum. That specific day, I did like 8 dabs. So I was so fucked up and got sick for 2 days. Said if I don't die, which I was trying to say, God take me, I'm running a marathon. And I did. I lost 45 pounds. And I ran 500 miles from July 18th through the marathon, November 5th. And I pissed on it.
Well, Stu, I am proud of you for that. I want to let you know that's a big move. To go from eight dabs a day to running a marathon is incredible. But all of that information just came out. I haven't even asked you a fucking question yet.
No. What's up?
Well, I'm just saying that was incredible. Do you got anything else? You got anything else?
I'm a living legend. Give me a TV.
All right.
You made an all-star poster, motherfucker. You're an MVP. You're an all-star in the NFL. You're a real man. I'm a hobbit. I'm a midget. But I just ran a fucking marathon.
You should. You got to watch this on YouTube, man. He is screaming at the camera right now. And incredible, Stu. So you're basically a guy for a long time. You've been telling people how to make maximum amounts of money, fucking their bookie right in the face, I believe, is one of your words.
My only job out of high school, I sold drugs and concert tickets in junior high school and high school.
Okay.
And then I graduated high school, immediately went into the sports advisory business in 1980, and it's my only job ever. I watched someone on NBC TV. His name was Ed Horowitz. He made $1 million as an accountant. He created a short form tax form that allowed you to do your taxes in no time at all. And he made $1 million. And then he took the money and invested it in computer programming that analyzed sporting events. And his system is really my basis for everything I do, which is to pick the underdog, go against the grain, take dog shit against the best, look at the games systematically, take emotion out of the game, take the jersey names and teams out of the game. Team A plays Team B. You want the team that sucks.
Wow. And you say in the long run it pays off. Is that the thing you got to be?
No. I'm not 100%, 1,000%, 1,000,000%. Simplistically think of it like this. In the early 80s, I was able to actually beat the odds maker and the bookmaker. I had better information or the equal information. So unless that bookmaker was online, meaning he got a call from someone to move a line, I could bet a football game that there was 30 inches of snow. I knew it. He didn't. Now that's impossible. In the 80s, I did it every day. I used to bet a game and say, now do me a favor, take that game off the board. Now that doesn't exist. So the odds makers, because of the internet, probably in the mid-90s, had to be so sharp because they had to withstand somebody being able to be posted up in 1,000 unique different places with 1,000 to 10,000 to 100,000 in each account, and being able to access that money betting on one thing. So you better be right. You cannot be wrong. You could get ruined overnight on one game. So your line, the odds maker's line, is always sharper. So that means that if 70% of your clientele is going to be betting the better team, the favorite, the more comfortable bet, you're going to slant your line because you can take advantage of them because they're betting it no matter what, because it makes sense. See, I'm betting a game that doesn't make sense. I'm betting a team that really has no shot to cover or win because I will get value. Not going to get value on the favorite. So the only thing about gambling that matters is value. And when you're talking value, what does that mean? You're talking the line. So if you can get value on the line over a period of time, that's the difference between winning and losing.
Holy shit.
And that's the reality. And that's why I'm a sharp gambler. But I've done it my whole life. See, I'm a one-trick pony. I eat ass, I lick clit, I fuck, I'm amazing in bed. I have almost a 10-inch dick for a fucking Jew. And I win money betting overall only because I take dog shit. I take the uncomfortable bet. I take against the grain. I have the biggest dick in the room. And I have experience.
How do you, like a 10-inch dick has to get in the way, though, like at some point?
Absolutely. Because I only put it in 5 inches anyway. So what's the difference?
Yeah, so you're wasting 5 almost.
100%. I usually hang my fucking jersey on it, or I hang my underwear, and whatever I'm actually doing. A toothbrush, maybe some gum, maybe my Lanta cookies, M&Ms,
all right.
Almond Joy, whatever the case may be. French fries, ketchup, salt, paprika.
Maybe some ketchup sauce, ketchup and hot sauce right there.
Listen, whatever it takes, whatever it is. I'm a pig. I'm a gutted drunk.
All right, so what is your business? Your business is you not only gamble on sports, obviously, you give out information, right?
99% of my revenue is generated from people paying me to tell them who is going to win. They know my opinion is better than theirs. Am I God? No. Am I going to win every day? No. Am I going to win every week? No. Am I going to win every month? No. Have I had losing months? Fuck yes. Have I lost 3 months in a row? Fuck yes. Have I won 4 or 5 months in a row? Yes. Had my best baseball season ever. I won every week in May, every week in April, every week in June. I didn't lose until the last week in July.
Let's go.
Can I get hot? Yes. But can I lose 3 months in a row? Yes. Oh. But overall, that's how I make my money. I do not make my money gambling. I make my money. People pay me for my information. 99.9% of my income is derived like that.
Do you still
People
gamble?
text me saying, Stu, I paid you. How do I get the games?
Do you still gamble?
No, because I'm in New York. I can't gamble. When I go to Nevada, I gamble. It's the only time I ever gamble.
Wow. So you're just reading the lines, letting people know how they can get rich. What a fucking Robin Hood you are.
Yes, I am a living legend. I am God. I am Jesus. I am Moses. I am Allah. I probably fucked your wife, your daughter, your mother, and your grandmother.
Terrible human.
And your sister. Probably your sister.
Terrible person. Where are you from? You're from New York?
Originally Brooklyn, New York. I lived in a 6-story apartment building right on Ocean Parkway, Avenue X, 2662 West 2nd Street. And Trump's father owned the buildings. And they were called Beach Haven Apartments right across the street from Coney Island. And that's where I lived. And I grew up. I was born in Maimonides Hospital.
Nice. We're getting deep.
Hospital in Brooklyn.
Wow. So you're a Brooklyn guy through and through, selling stuff. Then you get into sports booking, advising. Now you're living. You got that mahogany desk behind you. You got memorabilia from everywhere. You're giving advice to people. Fucking Stu Finer's living the dream.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, I had a run from 80 to 98 that was unsurpassed. I had 18 years of never making a mistake. And then I had a $150 million company go out of business overnight because of the internet. CBS Sportsline put me out of business.
Wow.
I was taking a company public for $100 million, which I thought I was going to try to get $200 million, but the reality was $100 million. And I was going to own $14 million in stock and guaranteed $1.5 million a year forever. And to run the company, and then I owned stock that I couldn't sell for like 5 years because I owned half the company. I would make it penniless. But
and Al Gore came in and fucked it.
CBS Sportsline opened their website and put me out of business overnight. I own 200 score phones in 200 different cities. 200 score phones, 200 different cities, 43 million calls a year. I gave scores, odds, lines, injury reports, weather reports, team motivational factors, and I inundated it with ads for 900 numbers.
Wow. You're like a syndicated radio show.
Yeah, well, I was. I was located in Atlanta, Georgia. I had eight score phone announcers work for me, and we had a blended score where we get the AP, the UPI, and we blended them into another. We got scores from actually on location that were as fast as other things, and we blended it together and gave the quickest score. And down the stretch, we updated it simultaneously every like 10 seconds.
Jesus Christ, what a hustle. That was incredible. That had to be so much fucking work.
Yeah, it was fun though. You know what I'm saying? It was, I sold 3.2 acres in my backyard. I built 11 houses, named them after my oldest son, took the money, bought a business in Atlanta, Georgia. It cost me $4.8 million in 1994. And so I put $800,000 down, took a note, $1 million a year for 4 years, paid the thing off. I wrote $10 million over 4 years, made $6 million. Think about that. Legit. Oh, my kids are $6 million. I'm about to have the business with no note, so I'm guaranteed another $1 million a year, and I already made $1.5 million a year over the last 4, so it's like $2.5 million. And CBS Sportsline launches a multi-million-dollar website that I go from 43 million calls to 4 million calls to 400,000 calls back-to-back months. Bye! So I've been broke for 20 years, but now I'm back! After 20-year hiatus, I'm fucking back!
Listen, CBS did it right by hiring Tony Romo, but fuck them in that sports line for what they did to you, Stu.
Thank you.
Fuck them. All right.
Thank you.
So I was going to have you give me a lock for Thursday Night Football, but I feel like you're more of like a guy where you need options. So maybe just from Thursday Night Football all the way through the weekend, what is something just now? I understand that people pay for this type of information, but if you could give out and maybe more people would want to jump on, a lock of the weekend or a lock for tonight that you think I should put a substantial amount of money on so I can do what to my bookie?
Well, I would like you to piss all over your bookie, but the problem is a one-shot deal. You're probably going to lose all your money.
Good.
So whatever you're paying tonight for the movie, the show, dinner, risk tonight, but it's not a lock. But I like the dog with Arizona. There's no value going any other way. You know, they have a second-string quarterback. They have no expectations. Their season is done. Seattle comes in much better, much more anticipated, much more expected. And there's no value with the better team here. So you take the dog shit team and you just don't watch the game. You fuck your wife, you eat ass, you lick clit, you do blow, you do blunts. And really, what else is there? You watch Ray Donovan, you watch fucking, that's really what you do. Larry David.
Stu, I feel like if that's just what you do on like a regular Wednesday night, I just watched a Ric Flair documentary. I think we got to talk about this.
Oh, no issue. I listen, Ric Flair is a living legend.
Whoa.
I would take nothing away from him, but he can't suck my cock. I mean, Rick who?
Hey, Stu, I appreciate your time greatly, brother. That marathon thing, that's really inspiring shit. July through now, getting healthy, 8 dabs in a day, finishing a marathon, your knee hurt a little bit. Thank you so much. You say Arizona Dogs tonight, no value. Where can they find you at?
StuFiner.com, but they can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. Stu Source is Twitter, StuFiner.com. And I sell my merchandise at BeLikeStu.com. And also the podcast Source with Stu Funny. You have to listen to my podcast. I have 11 podcasts. They're so funny. And the first one really educates everybody on gambling, that you don't make money gambling. You have fun gambling. It's a great inspiration to gamble. It's fun. It's a great high. You don't make money. You don't gamble to buy something. That's not how life works. You gamble to have fun, to blow your money. And if you win, you feel like Jesus. If you lose, you feel like everybody else. It's like going out to dinner or going to a show. That's what gambling is. So I try to educate the people so they don't, lose reality here that gambling is to make money. No, gambling, you lose money gambling. Gambling is losing, but you have fun. So that's reality. So that starts at my first podcast, Source with Stu Finer. And then I tell amazing stories because there's only one Stu Finer. I mean, really.
I can't wait to gamble all my money with your picks since gambling is losing now that I know that. Can't wait. Nah, I'm joking. I absolutely love that. This is my first time sports gambling this season, and I enjoy the fuck. I have a good time, but it's so much harder than I thought. That's why I find people like you that have success in picking games. It's so impressive. It's so impressive.
Yeah, just go, again, whatever you like, because, you know a lot, and I really value your opinion. You've been around the sport, so whatever you like, do the reverse.
Perfect. Hey, Stu, I appreciate your time, man. Now, that 10-inch dick, go ahead and watch it, because if it hits that knee of yours, you could be in deep shit. Think about that.
Right. It's 9 7/8, and you know what I'm saying? And even if it's half of that, if I fuck her twice, it's the same as a 9 7/8. So what the fuck?
Amen. All right, Stu.
Remember, 2 4s are an 8. 2 4s are an 8.
That shit was wild. Intense man. Just blowing out his microphone in his office, screaming out of nowhere. Look at your face! Out of nowhere. What a guy. Seems like a terrible person. Terrible person. Says a lot of things you go, wow, this guy is not a good guy. But fuck it, I feel like he's a genuine guy. Like, I feel like he's a genuine, like I'm friends with him now, and I feel like he's a genuine friend. Like, if you know him, he's a good guy.
He seems like the kind of guy who you want in your corner.
Loyal. Yeah, he's a guy you want on your team.
Right. Maybe not, I could understand how, if he was, an enemy, I don't even know if that's the right way to phrase it, but on the other side, maybe not so much, but if he's in your corner, I think
love him.
Yeah, exactly.
He sent me 3 text messages since that conversation, thanking me for coming on the show. Guy just ran a marathon. What a business story, too. That business story came out of I did not expect that. I had no clue. And then now he's just hustling away, selling picks, making people money, having a great time, living his life. What a guy, man. Good for him. Ran a fucking marathon at the age of 56 after just being a complete pothead. Good for Stu Finer. That energy is contagious. I appreciate him. From @Ty Schmidt, @Evan Foxy, and myself, We appreciate you for rocking with us on this Thursday. Hope you enjoyed Johnny Hecker, Kyle Busch, Stu Feiner. Thank you for your appearance. And after this show ends here in about a minute and a half, maybe a minute, there's a conversation I have with Heartland radio host at Sean Latham that you're gonna enjoy. I think it's gonna be like when you get into a rabbit hole on YouTube and you start listening. It's just gonna continue to listen because the conversation. This Sean Latham character, he's got a lazy eye. He's a $20 chef. He makes good meals. He's a stand-up comedian. I learned something very interesting about him today, and I think you're going to enjoy this conversation. If you decide to turn it off, catch up with Heartland Radio on Mondays and Wednesdays. We'll see you tomorrow with another incredible show. We got a good one coming for you tomorrow. I'm going to send you in the weekend, do-si-doing like a motherfucker, cuzzo. Have a great one. Thank you for listening to the Pat McAfee Show. Walking in to the studio with a ball of energy, a man who is a host of the Heartland Radio Show, which is every Monday and Wednesday. Podcasts get where podcasts are, at Sean Latham, who told a story yesterday about being a prison guard and being well-liked by the inmates that I ain't never heard about. So I was like, bro, need to hear this, need to hear everything about this. And people, you were a prison guard who was friends with the prisoners.
Well, I wasn't technically friends with them before I got in there. Mm-hmm. You know, it was a county
Why
jail.
did you become, like I watched Locked Up and I watched like all those jail things. Like there's a documentary where people are spending 30 days in jail. It was like 30 days in or something like that, like just casual people getting studied. And it looks like a terrible job being a prison guard. Terrible job. But you did in there and you did the impossible. You befriended an entire cell block. Is that what's happened?
Well, first thing, I got the job. I didn't even want to do that. I was doing craft. I was doing graphic art, graphic design in community college in '98.
Yeah.
And then,
by the way, like back in the day during like World War era, people were construction workers and bricklayers and shit. If there was another World War broke out right now, like America would just be like a bunch of graphic designers going to town. Like all graphic designers. Listen, we need you guys to be warriors. We can design a gun. We can maybe make a gun.
I'll make a gun look cool in Photoshop.
So many graphic designers across America. It's next level.
My buddy does motion graphics. He'll make the gun move.
We can make a laser, and if you put Putin's face, so we can laser him. We can do whatever you want. Anyway, so you were a graphic designer, and you didn't know what was going to happen.
Well, no, that's what I did after high school. I was like, all right, I'll do this. This is fun. I like, I liked smoking weed, and I wanted to just click around on my laptop, and I'm a creative dude, so it was working.
Sure.
And then these two girls that I was really good friends with all through high school, these two beautiful cheerleaders that I became buddies with.
Oh, buddy stuff.
Buddy stuff.
Yeah,
they were like, hey, we're going to go apply for the Yuma County Sheriff's Office. They're hiring correctional
officers. The cheerleaders
officers.
wanted to be correctional officers?
Yeah. So I was like, I'll get up and go with you guys.
Oh, buddy stuff.
Like that's how I did it. I just said, I'll go. Yeah, I'll go run with you guys.
I'll go sign up to be a fucking prison guard.
Yeah, so I went, and there was like 150 people there for tryouts.
Everybody wanted this gig.
Everybody. Because it's a smaller town. It's a good job.
You're damn right. Let's go.
So, and then the running portion, I mean, I was still...
You were running? You had to do an obstacle course?
Well, the first thing they do is they eliminate everybody who just can't physically cut it. The test was a very high school-based...
like
exam.
The presidential award back in the day when you had to touch your toes, you had to jump, you had to throw, that whole thing. Well, I always failed it because I wasn't flexible enough. Couldn't touch my fucking toes.
The old sit and reach?
Yeah, with the box thing where you had to push the goddamn... I was a -6 every time. Couldn't get to 0. Just couldn't get to my goddamn toes. Oh, can't do it. Punter
can't get his feet up.
I think, you know what I've learned?
What?
I think it's my back that's tight and not my hamstring. Because my leg goes up over my head sometimes. But I can't touch it like if I'm stretching. It's an interesting situation.
Well, I think it worked out because you got like a stronger pullback or something.
So I've always said the tighter the rubber band, the more explosive it is. Yep. I've always said that. That loose old flimsy rubber band, that ain't packing no power. If you put that in a little rubber band gun, it ain't going anywhere.
It's got no pullback.
It's that little tight one that you tink, across the goddamn room. Bing, bang, boom. That was my whole kicking method. And me talking to trainers every single year at the beginning, like the physical, Pat, we got to work on your flexibility for next season. I think that's something you should work on in the off season. I'm like, I don't think so though. Like listen to this. Maybe this. Have you ever thought about this little doctor guy? Maybe my muscles are tight and they're explosive. And those loose, fucking loose ass muscles aren't explosive, and it's working for me. They're like, cool, but whenever that tight ass muscle bursts, do you know what that is? That's an explosion. When the loose one, it kind of just shreds a little bit, and then you can just tape it back together. But the tight one, that thing will just explode. And I'm like, well, I never thought of that, actually. I never thought of failing. Like, let's just be a little more optimistic here. And I'm happy it never exploded, but I do believe that I was a tight rubber band.
Hey, it seemed like it worked out just fine. So,
but it was the day, though. There was a couple days where I thought I blew my shit out. Real, true story. True story. Middle of the game, I feel like a little pull. And then now I have in the back of my head, like, tight rubber band, there ain't a little pull. There ain't no little strain. This thing is a big deal. And I go home and I'm like, don't be black and blue. Don't be black and blue. Don't be. And then it's just like, oh, it's all right. It's just tight, little sore, little bruise. Not a big deal.
I know what you feel like. One time I popped my shit because I didn't stretch out. And I was playing basketball at YMCA about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
My shit just popped. I fell down on the floor. I was like, I'm done.
How's your sciatica, too?
That's not, it's come and goes.
Hey, a little sciatic nerve pops up in the middle of a cornhole game.
One day I'm going to go to a chiropractor or something.
Anytime you see at Sean Latham laying down in the office, it means he just got done doing some activity that really fucked up his sciatica.
And I have to stretch it out.
Yeah, you're just laying on your side, fucking graphic designing on your phone.
That's it. Just thinking about shit.
All right, anyway, so you're running. You do an obstacle course. There's 100 and some. Everybody can't. The high school presidential test, you're trying to become a prison guard. Then what happens?
No, it was a 1.5 mile run.
Okay.
They were like, all right, go.
All right.
And then I beat the shit out of everybody except for one dude.
Yeah, you did. You're super prison.
I think I ran like a 10:20 or 10:05.
Mile and a half, bro.
Not bad out of the gate. Just randomly. I wasn't exercising.
Bro, the beer mile guy, last thing, he could have ran, I think, probably a marathon in that 10 minutes.
Yeah, probably.
He's next level. But you're not a fucking cross-country guy.
No,
You're just
I'm not.
running a mile and a half, cuz.
I played basketball. That's it. I didn't fucking run distance.
In the paint, too. You go hard down there.
But yeah,
One eye.
Hard.
Hard.
All
in the
hard
paint.
down the paint.
A lot of big old heart.
It's a war down there.
Big old heart.
If you're soft, just get on the perimeter, please. Don't come down there.
Don't be the
banging out.
softest dude in the pumpkin patch.
Yeah, you know. I mean, there's one upside. You get a free pumpkin, but you're still a bitch.
Yikes.
You don't want to be the softest dude at the pumpkin patch ever.
No punk bitchery.
Yeah, you don't want to be the softest dude at the Christmas tree lot either.
No, never, because that's the
That's
softest of the soft.
That's the only way I keep this joke rolling.
And if you're the softest of the softest, not a good spot.
No, because you can't. Unlike pumpkins, if you're super soft, you can't carry your free Christmas tree to the car because you're a little soft as hell.
Yeah, and you're so soft that you can't even cut your own Christmas tree because sometimes you got to get up under there with one of them saws.
You got your lady under there sawing away.
She's doing it. You're watching.
No, you're not watching. You better be in there making cookies with your bitch ass.
Yeah, with your little fucking apple tartare, cuzzo. Yeah. Anyway, so you weren't the softest at the Christmas tree. You ran a mile in 10-some minutes, and then what happened?
And then you go to the written part. So whoever you had to
Is it like a driver's license test? What is it? Have you ever seen Locked Up?
No,
Yes.
it was basic high school, like, math and just high school education shit. It's like they're not looking for scientists here, obviously.
This prison guard examination.
It's a basic exam test. You
got to run a mile and a half. Now you got to take an SAT. Like what?
Yeah.
This is like the elite crew here.
Oh, the paperwork was about this tall. The
All right,
paperwork to fill out.
So you get in there. You finally get selected. How many out of
go
the
to the
100
academy.
get selected?
First of all, I go to the academy, and this is when I thought I was funny.
Okay.
So it was very hard to even get through there because I was doing great in the academy, but
The
I was
academy?
a fucking smart ass.
No shit. Yeah, you only went because two honeys that I was friends with went and signed up. You're saying you're a smart ass now that you got into the academy. No shit.
Yeah, and I got I had to run a lot of extra running.
Oh, how old are you?
I was 18.
So you kind of went through police. This is like a training, like a boot camp.
Yeah,
training camp.
Yeah, but obviously the only difference is you're learning how to handle prisoners and not civilians, like out in the wild. And there's no gun.
Okay, so you make it through the academy. You ace all the tests. You're a smart ass though. You're like Ashton Kutcher in The Guardian. Okay, that's what you are.
Very nice.
Thank you. Legends are the legend. What is the last quote? There's a quote at the end that's like, "Legends are the stories that are told about you after you're gone," blah blah, or something like. It's like a tearjerker at the end there. Like I'm like crying. John Q in The Guardian every time when he's flexing on that fucking street, cuz
I won't let go.
Anyways, so you're Ashton Kutcher in The Guardian.
Okay.
You get into the Yuma prison.
Yuma County Sheriff's Office.
So you get in there.
YCSO.
How many other prison guards out of those 100 made it?
There was, it ended up only being, there was 9 of us in this class. They restarted it like 4 weeks later.
Elite, top 10%. That's what we say.
There was 30 of us. It was like 30 of us in the academy.
Oh, I thought you said it was 100 people.
Yeah, that's some people wanted to be in it, but that's
Yeah,
only
so
like,
there's levels to this shit. You're top 10% of people who tried to get in there at Yuma, all right? So now you're
for
in
that
there.
particular class, yes.
Yeah, so now you're in there. You're 18 years old. You're given control. How's it work? You just get complete control of the jail?
No, you go in. You're, you're assigned to FTO, field training officer. You go hang out with them for like a month or something.
All right.
You know, you just run the unit with them. Mm-hmm. You got your 2 units.
2 units.
There's 8 people on bottom, 8 people on top. On
cell
both
blocks.
sides.
Cell blocks.
Yeah, so you got 32 people,
Okay, let's go.
and then you just start running your fucking.
What are these crimes these dudes are doing?
Well, this is county, so it's not like nobody's been charged yet.
This is all like-
no one's convicted. I mean,
So these are all allegedly criminals.
yeah.
Great shirt, which is on sale right now.
Yeah.
You can buy it. It has a mugshot. Sean is wearing it. Perfect timing. So these are all alleged prisoners that you are definitely in charge of.
Yeah, I'm definitely babysitting dudes that just got popped on some shit in the street. Because it's what it is. It's I mean, it's an honorable career, and I have a lot of friends still doing it that are from there.
For sure, yeah.
But at the end of the day, like especially in counties, more like you're just babysitting a bunch of people asking you questions and shit. Like if they ask you a law questions all the time, like, buddy, if I knew the answer to that, I wouldn't be here dealing with your bitch ass. I would be wearing a suit, talking to a judge on your part for your money.
Ain't it? Because I asked the fucking prison guard when I was in there.
Who else do you have to ask? Somebody?
I asked the prison guard, and the prison guard gave me like 90% of these cases don't even make it to court. Don't even worry about it. I'm like, thank you, man. So then when mine got sent to court, like I told my lawyer, I was like, bro, 90% of these don't even go to court. And he was like, did you do the research on that? I was like, yeah, the prison guard. And he was like, that's all right. Like I took that prison guard's word 100% at that time. He was like, he's your contact to the outside world.
And the funny part is that he's probably so tired of answering legal questions that he just makes up shit now.
Yes, he did. He gave a number, a percentage. Yeah. He's at like 4th layer of not giving a fuck anymore about these questions.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that as a prison guard, just all day, every day. Like
trying to get fucking questions on earth at all times. They got nothing better to do. Just like, I would go to them like, yo, man, shut the fuck up. Okay? I told you I don't know any of this shit, man.
Did you ever get like urine thrown at you or anything?
Yeah, only a couple times. Like, because when you get dudes in there that are in there on murder charges and shit, you could give them as money. What'll happen is if you assault somebody in jail, you have another charge added on. It just runs concurrent, so it doesnn't matter to them. They're already going to be gone forever. So they're fucking. They're on a fucking shit spree. They don't give a fuck what they do in there.
It's like a jungle gym. It's a play place for them.
Yeah,
it's like let's just have a good time in here, man. This is just like our first home. And then we'll get moved into state, which will be our retirement home. But right now we're kind of just like, for murderers, that's true though.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's a year before you get to court, right? A year or 2.
It could be a year, yeah.
So they're just hanging out in county for a year.
6 months at least.
Listen, man, they got a lot of stuff against me. I'm probably going to jail for a long time.
But a lot of guys would be there only for a couple days, so they wouldn't do shit.
Yeah, what are those guys like?
Behavior.
Scared? Are they scared?
They just sleep a lot, and they'll take a shower. They get back because one shower per unit at the bottom and the top. So in the mornings, the morning shift, you go in, the food comes rolling in, and then you just give them all their food. Then you get all their plates back, and you put them back. You let them out for coffee first.
Let them out.
You got to let them out in the day room.
That sounds. Who's going to go let them out?
Well, there's different units. SMU unit. There's 2 units.
Free.
Yeah. That's the green. That was the green unit. That was the lowest amount of security. Okay. And there's a day area where they come out of their cells during the day.
Is there a pink unit where like the pedophiles go?
That's the blue unit.
The blue
unit.
Yeah,
that's segregated. That's SMU. Special Management Unit. It was something else. There's another name for it. SMU's for the higher violent and murderers and fucking people that are serious convictions trying to be placed on them,
Yeah.
But they also have like records of fucking with the guards. So then they don't ever get to come out in the day room. They stay in their room all day.
You don't do well with others.
Yeah.
So you are being in here by yourself.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk about you befriending guys, though, because that had to have happened. Like, you had to if you're around somebody every single day and you're the only source, I assume that people try to befriend you as well.
Of course. I mean, there'd be 60 manipulators in there. 50,
so many
50
good
of them.
So many good, maybe not good, but there's definitely a few really good, like, conniving brains in there.
100%. They're always
like, they would win Survivor if they knew how to, like, if they knew not to do like nasty things. Like, they could get on a reality show and fix it to that. Like, I feel like there's good schemers in there.
100%. And there's 60 of them. So, and there's only like max you and another officer to watch these fucks.
60 on 2.
But they're not going to do anything because Their charges aren't that major. Even like the worst one of those guys probably looking at like 3 years. If you attack somebody in there, you're fucked for like you're getting 10.
Which is a large difference, I believe, between 3 years and 10 years.
Yeah.
So you start befriending these 60 guys.
Well, you know, every single morning I'm in there. I got to, you know, I would work some days 20, 30 days straight. So there was
It's like a relationship.
Yeah, so I was in there every fucking day at 5 a.m.
Okay.
And then you just wake up, you got to get the coffee ready, then the coffee line starts. This is when you're in the open unit. Then the coffee line starts, and then they go, and then you give them their breakfast. They come out, and they give them their breakfast. They bring like their trays and shit. And then you just kind of go, then you let them go take shower. You know, they start doing their shower routine.
Open showers, or is it?
No, one at a time.
Listen, ain't nobody fucking each other in there.
Yeah. No, there's one dude. Only one person allowed in at once.
Okay.
And then you just kind of roll around, babysit, and then you check. And then I would just go searching their cells for shit all day. So you just sit there. One day I left my keys in that motherfucker. I was on the other side of the unit. I was like, fuck. So I go sprinting through the unit.
That has to be like the biggest no-no as a prison guard.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, there are not many places they can hide them. But the fact that you even have to go look for them, that's going to look real bad on you as a fucking officer. And you got to tell
Excuse me, yeah, you got to clear your cell. Why? I got to look for something. What is it? My keys.
Yeah, they were just sitting in there, and he hadn't moved them, so he knew. So like he was sitting in his bed, right, and I left him in there. I searched it, and I went back in. He was sitting there, and then they were over there, and I just looked at him. I was just like, motherfucker. I give my keys back, ho, because he knew, like, yeah, you fucked up. He had like a little moment of glory for him.
Yeah, and in his head also, he's thinking you could potentially tell people, lawyers, prosecuting attorneys, this guy he had my keys and he didn't leave. Like he's in his head, he's thinking everything's going to help him, I assume.
Yeah.
That's what I would do if I was him.
Yeah, so at least he gets a little bit of leeway with me or something.
But he thinks it's somewhere else too, doesn't he? And it's absolutely not. You have no say over any legalities of any of them.
I mean, he's a cool dude. Every once in a while, like, I mean, I might throw him a bone and let him trade snacks. I'll be like, because they beg. They're just like, yo, man, Rodriguez 2 doors down. He got these sunflower seeds, man. Let me just give him a cup of noodles, Latham. And I'll be like, fuck no, man.
They called you Latham?
Yeah. You know, Latham. Everybody knows your last name.
Yep.
It's on your
Guard Latham.
Yeah, you're just Latham.
Yeah.
Officer Latham.
No fake names, huh? Like your real names. Because nowadays they can fucking. Yeah. You can get a beam on you, bro. I heard about this type of thing. They could Google search you, Latham. So it's not even a fake name, your real name.
Yeah, well, this is also in 1999.
Did the dudes ever recognize you, like, in life? Like, it's all in the same town, right? So let's say guy goes to jail he's in your... DUI. He's in your thing, right, for like a month or two.
Or a week or 4 days.
Whatever, anything. He gets to know you. He goes out. Maybe he comes back for another, like, week stay. Then he's out. And then you two, you're at a restaurant or a diner in town. Mm-hmm. An old buddy walks in. Is there any interaction like that?
Yeah, because I was cool with everybody. You know, I'd talk shit.
Yep.
We would laugh in my unit all the time. So I was only a dick to people that really earned it. So everybody knew that. So
you were respected by the inmates.
Yeah, because I didn't fucking make their life worse than it already is.
That's
some
awesome.
guys that they were bullied or some shit. These officers that never had nothing going on. Mm-hmm. They have these power trip issues.
And they just punk all of them.
They just writing them up.
That's in Shawshank. The guy.
Yeah.
The guy.
It's not that extreme, but yeah. And then they would get like people. You would hear stories of people getting jumped outside,
like prison guards getting jumped outside the prison.
The guys are assholes to a month ago.
Oh, you don't even think about. Hey, can I trade these snacks? No, fuck you, prisoner. Oh, okay. Write that one down. What's his name? Mm-hmm. Just go wait at the gas station. You're going to get gas at some point. Bang. Get him like in a year or so. Well, I didn't even think about that possibility.
Well, it'd be always coincidental. That you would, because I'd be at the car wash or something, and some dude would just roll by like, "Yo, what up, fucking Officer Latham?" And I'd be like, "Yo, what up, Smith, man? Good to see you out, man."
Hey, B12.
Yeah. I would tell you, and I would know their last names because every single day I had to do roll call, make sure everybody's alive.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then you just fucking know everybody's name, and you just know everything about like their shit, what they're in there for. And then, but I never ever I never bullied these dudes. I never acted power trips. And then I would see them out there, and they were always cool.
Did you have any good moments, like fun moments with any inmates? Like, was there ever, or were you always just in charge of them, like taking their names, feeding them food, or was there ever like any like common? Did you ever sit down and play cards with them?
No, you can't play games and shit with them, but you have a lot of conversation. Especially when it's like the SMU unit, like that special management unit.
Yeah, the
those guys. Yeah, that those, or when you first get in there, you're in intake. That's, your first 4 days is always segregated. Mm-hmm. You don't get to just go. You don't get to show up. The green unit, they've been there for a while to go.
They've earned their right to go to the daycare.
Yeah, they went through processing. So
you're in your cage because you just got here. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the intake unit, they would just sit there during the day because I would just be there, at my little desk right there in the front of everybody, doing filing or fucking doing reports, or some guys are on suicide watch. You got to go there with a clipboard and write down what they're doing, exactly what they're doing in their unit every 15 minutes.
Johnson's playing with his poop. It is 2:45.
Yeah, you write that down.
He's not
sleeping, not doing shit. They'd have like paper suits on.
Still alive. Hasn't pulled the trigger yet. Like, how are they in there all by themselves? Is it padded rooms? How could they kill themselves? Burn themselves in the wall?
Well, they don't get no real clothes. They have paper clothes, so they can't tie it in knots and hang themselves.
What?
Yeah, paper. It's called when you're on a suicide watch. You have a paper suit and a paper blanket.
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah, 100%.
What happened with Hernandez? They didn't get him.
Well, he wasn't probably on a suicide watch.
He
fucking just tossed him. He tossed a loop.
Did they see what that guy lost in his life? They should have known he was thinking about see you later. That guy, big decision. If he had the paper sheets, though, imagine the disappointment, and you finally get enough courage to kill yourself, and then it's the paper sheets. You're like, and now I'm still in jail, and I can't get out of here. Like, you can't even escape that. Like, you're just stuck.
Yeah.
What a moment. What a moment.
You just got to sit there at the walls and just deal with it.
Ah, it's a nightmare. What a fun situation. Did you ever throw footballs with him?
Yeah, okay. So this
is what I wanted to hear. Because I was sitting at my desk earlier today, and I got hit right in the arm with a roll of toilet paper that had duct tape around it in a very tight fashion, and it looked like a football. And it was our editor, Zito. And Zito goes, yo, this is a prison football. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? He said, Sean said, he told a story on Heartland Radio about prison football. So what the fuck is prison football? Is this like longest yard?
All right, real quick, before I tell you that.
Yeah.
Remember I told you about the suicide watches, right?
Yeah.
So we would go to Mexico because Mexico was like a 25-minute ride to go party all night. So I was 18 or 19, and I was a fucking animal. Yeah. So we were going down there and then going right straight to work. We would go get fucking shit canned.
In Mexico?
Yeah, me and a couple other officers, or me like with my regular friends. Mm-hmm. And then I would just go home, shave, shower, go straight to right to work, just drunk as shit.
Prison guard.
Yes.
Latham.
Yeah. And then I know my guys in the unit. So I'd be like, all right, I'll let you guys take longer showers. You could trade snacks, but you got to let me know when the sergeant's coming. So I would just lay up against, there's a camera above my head. I knew it was a spot. There's only one little blind spot. So I'd lay there with my head against the wall.
You would sleep.
And I would sleep. And then if the sergeant was coming or another officer, the guys on the bottom would bang on the door for me to let me know.
The prisoners?
Yes. I'm not saying I was good at this. They should have fired me sooner.
I'm not saying I was a good prison guard. I was just saying I was a prison guard.
And so one day this guy's on suicide watch in my unit. And but we all knew he was a fake because he had like a reputation for faking fucking suicides and shit, right?
Yeah.
Like he had problems. Yep. So I was supposed to be writing, and I had fell asleep, and I hadn't fucking updated his shit for like 2-3 hours.
Not good.
And I was like, I'll get to it. And then all of a sudden, all I hear on the other side of the unit is about all 16 of them just banging on their wall and their doors. He's fucking dying. So I go running up, and I'm like, oh, this fucking dude's on a suicide watch, and I haven't filled out any of the paperwork yet. Because as soon as any medical unit, you have to call for medical backup, your shit better be caught up or you're fucked.
Yeah, this is called lining your ducks.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? What is it called?
You just got to stay ready.
Keep your, this is.
All your ducks in a
Keep
row.
all your ducks in a row.
Nailed it.
So before I call
Fucking
medical.
nailed that cliche, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You killed it.
But that really is what you were doing there. You're getting all your ducks in a row.
Yeah, but so this guy's sitting there foaming at the mouth, right?
Oh, boy.
And he's on the floor, but I can't. I'm supposed to be calling medical right then and there.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck, laying down, not doing nothing. I had to spend like a minute and a half when this guy's over here. Anyway, and then I call for medical backup when I'm all caught up. Yeah. Fucking piece of shit was faking it the whole time.
What was it, like Mentos in his mouth?
I don't know what he was doing. He's probably build up spit or something. He was like,
oh, that's so much fun for him too, just to fuck over your whole night.
Yeah, because I was like, man, I was in a nice little nap over there, bro.
After the medical left, after he gets back in, after like 4 hours later, probably. Because he's checked and everything tested. He gets brought back, and they go, no, he was just faking it. I see you walking slowly up to his jail cell, hitting the thing, maybe a little bit, turning your head, being like,
fuck you, Rodriguez. What would you think I say?
Hey, Rodriguez. Yeah. The little foam at the mouth bit you just fucking did? Yeah. I was in the middle of a great fucking nap. You know that. I ain't never falling for your shit again. If you're going to die, you're going to die. And I'm going to write these little notes down that you're okay. But you ruined my life, Rodriguez. Your life's ruined. Don't ruin my fucking life with your Mentos bit. Is that what you said?
That's exactly what I said.
Nailed it. Thought so. Rodriguez tried to ruin your life.
Yeah, I did, dude.
You never played catch with Rodriguez. What happened with the fucking toilet paper ball?
Okay, so now I just want to tell you that story because I liked it. I really enjoyed that one.
I enjoyed the shit out of it. Yeah,
So-
you should tell me any of those stories you enjoy.
So then I get on. They put
Even
me on-
ones you don't enjoy.
I was on Graveyard, right? So
What's that
it was
mean?
a dude Graveyard. Just you go in at like 10 at night and you don't get home until like 6 in the morning.
This is the money shift for a prison guard.
Yeah, because you know why? It's cooler. Mm-hmm. AC's on. It's darker. Everybody's asleep. You don't deal with shit.
Nothing.
You know, I had a.
You're a punter, basically.
Yeah, and I had already been working there at least. a
You're
year.
like a punter. Like you don't have to do much, but if something goes down, you have to show up.
Yeah, I'm basically punting.
You're punting in the prison guard kit.
Mm-hmm.
You did the obstacle course to get in. You went through training camp. You did the Wonderlick. You got in, and now your Graveyard is the punter of prison guards.
Yeah.
Because you're only getting called upon when shit goes wrong.
Yep.
Got it. Nailed it.
Yeah, you don't have to do it. You have to feed them because they already ate. I mean, maybe
Oh,
you help
it's
with breakfast. I forget if you. I mean,
What
you
a
might help.
cush deal.
Yeah. So that's where I learned how to do wheelies on a wheelchair. Because I'd be so fucking bored. I'd have a wheelchair in my unit, and I'd just spend hours a night fucking doing wheelies and riding around on the back two wheels on the wheelchair. That's why I'm really good at
Are
that.
you still good at it, you think? Like if you were to get on a wheelchair now, you still got it? It's like riding a bike?
Oh, 100%.
Riding a wheelchair.
I do it all the time. I did it. I was up when Marsh closed down. I was over there. They had a wheelchair with a basket on it. I fucking popped that thing out.
What?
With the basket. It was fucking money.
Hey, where'd you learn how to do that? Prison, cuz.
Jail. So I would get, but I did know guys in my unit. Like I just knew them from the city, from living in there.
Yeah, friends.
So they would come in, I go through the checklist and I'd be like, look, what's up, fucking Brian? What you do, dude? I'm like that. Come on, bro. You're fucking better than this. I'll be back, man. So I go check the units. So then I would be in this,
Somebody just got a message, by the way. Was that you?
No, my shit's not plugged into the board.
Look at that. Look at us. It was them back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neither one of us.
Someone
We're
got an
professionals in this motherfucker.
Who got an email?
Yeah, nobody. Probably Foxy, the Foxy one back there.
Not me.
Yeah, Foxy.
It's a fucking Match.com notification.
Yeah. You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com. Roxy.
Sign up now for free membership with code word Foxy.
Fuckboy Foxy.
That won't work, guys. Don't use that.
You know what doesn't work, Foxy?
What's that?
Foxy. Has anybody called you Foxy in the office other than on this show? Like in regular life, you're sitting in a room, somebody else is sitting in a room, they need something from you, and they're like, hey, has anybody said Foxy?
In this office, I actually don't think it's happened yet besides you.
Branding. What are we doing? Branding's not working.
Nah. I know you as Anon. I didn't even know your real name for 3 weeks after working here.
Yeah. After you left a dick drawing on my desk.
You're the only one that calls me that, Sean.
Well, Content Corey just was birthed today.
Yep.
When Corey Craig, editor of $20 Chef, decided to just walk right in the middle of a shoot. Just right in front of the camera, stiff-armed it almost, and just kept it moving to get his food, and then turned around and did it again. Just right in the middle of Sean filming something. And we're like, bro, Content Corey, get in there. Somebody said, you scream Content Corey.
Yeah.
And now he's changed his Twitter bio to Content Corey. Like he's all in now. And I think that's going to catch on better than Foxy because the dick drawer is what you're known by for a lot of people.
I think that might slide into Content Corey here pretty soon, though. This motherfucker.
No, the people in my hometown, though, they will appreciate Foxy. I did get that a lot in high school. Not that that matters at all, but it was better than Fox Evan _.
Amen.
I like how you're just trying to get rid of your youth by growing in that fucking beard.
Thank you, Sean.
He's trying to get rid of his youth.
That's not a Foxy move.
Does it play, though?
You got a good beard, I think.
You know
Thank
what?
you.
I think at your age, the no beard plays harder.
You know what Vib said, and this really, honestly, like, Phipps. He says, if you can grow a beard, you fucking grow a beard.
And I don't know what that means, but like, because I can grow a
The
beard.
only people
Well, he
who
can't.
the only people who say that are people who
can't grow a beard.
beards,
Right.
so.
Because they're envy. I couldn't grow a beard for a long time, and now I kind of can. And I'm like, if it was better, I think I'd like it. If you can grow a good beard, I think you grow a beard.
Exactly.
But if you
this.
have a shitty ass beard like I have or other people, don't grow a fucking beard, man. because I look terrible a lot of the time whenever I get too lazy to shave.
A patchy beard makes you look like a huge asshole.
Apache helicopters will make you look like a real badass.
Also, if you were an Apache and you used to kill other tribes, you were a badass too. So.
A lot of badass Apaches.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. So you're checking in with your boys. They're saying, "What the fuck did you do, Rodriguez?"
Yeah. So I call them out on it,
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
So I got a couple guys in my unit one day, and I was just bored as shit. And they were, we'll talk half the night. Like they just sit there. Like here's their door. Right? The door slides
Right in front
here's
of their
the
face.
wall. So they just sit there, and they just fucking yell at the crack all night. They're just fucking talking. Latham, but because I remember the first time I ever knew that anybody would do this. Like this is the most trippy shit I ever heard. Someone was in their corner. They're just yelling shit out their door, right? And he goes, bro, I can't wait till I get out of here. I'm going to get a glass coffee table and then have my girlfriend stand over it and take a shit while I sit under it and watch it come out of her butt. And I was just like, why? I remember being so...
That dude definitely did some sort of meth to get in jail.
I was so dumbfounded at the idea of this. I remember sitting there just thinking about like, he wants to see it come out of her butt.
That's
like
what
under a glass coffee table looking up. And it's like he was like wanted to watch it plop down. That's how much of a rookie at life.
He wanted it to be a sky cam on top of him. He wanted to look up to it like it was the heavens above and just see a balloon knot dump poop right on his face, like right over his face, cuz.
That's
why he's in jail though. Like that's a situation where it'd be hard for me not to say like, yeah, see, you make bad decisions. Like that's not what you should be thinking about when you're in jail. Like we need to be thinking about some other stuff. Like maybe ideas so you don't end up in jail again. Maybe like
something how to be productive in society.
Something like that. But instead, you want to get shit on with a glass filter.
Yeah, and that's how much of a like wet behind the ears I was. Like, that never even in my lifetime ever came across.
Did you talk to him?
Yeah, I would talk to all of them.
At night. This is the graveyard when they're talking in between their thing.
Yeah,
Are you just walking up and down in the middle, like talking to them in their cracks?
That too. I would lean up against the rail and talk to them.
So you're talking in between the cracks with them?
Yeah, well, they just yell at. I would just talk to their door. I mean, they would just project it because it's fucking. And then, so anyway, so one time I had a couple dudes in the unit that I knew from high school.
Boys.
Yeah, I mean, we were my homies, but I knew them. So we were all talking. They were in there for like a couple of weeks. I was there every single night.
They're in their crack.
So one day I'm just sitting there and just like somebody left some duct tape in the little fucking, in the area by the Sally port, which is the little area in between door 1 and door 2. There's like when you want to come in the unit, then that door shuts behind. You're in a little area, and then that one opens. So there's double. They can't just slide in or out because both doors can never be open at the same time.
Got you. That's like my, I had a closet like that in college, and my roommate moved in before me, and he put a laser lock on the closet, so I couldn't even open my fucking closet door unless his was all the way. So like the closet wouldn't open with his door being locked shut. Does that make sense? Because I had to slide behind his, and he locked up the thing, so my closet was locked shut my entire freshman year.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Inconsiderate asshole.
Nah, it was a smart play by him, because he could get in and out at any time. And really, the humans I was running with, you needed to lock that shit up probably. I mean, who knows what they were going to get.
Actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I had a mini bike in my dorm at one point. But anyways, I got written up for it. But so one has to open to the other.
Yeah.
You have to open left side before right side.
Yeah.
Got it. It's just like every door basically nowadays.
Well, there was 2 doors though.
Gotcha.
Okay, so anyways.
Yeah.
So someone left some duct tape in there one time. And then I was just sitting there bored as shit, my ADD ass, right? I just had the duct tape, and I was just sitting there spinning around. And then I remember one time I had to throw some big toilet paper. I just threw it up. I was like, I'm going to fucking... So I just started duct taping this toilet paper roll.
Nice move.
And I was like, because I tried to throw a couple times, but the wrapper would come off.
Yeah.
It would just fucking not work. So I duct taped it one time. And then, so you start throwing it back and forth, kind of like a softball. But then I just kept going.
Yeah. With who, though? Who you're throwing
this kid in the unit.
So you just let him out?
Yeah, I was just like, you just buzz his door.
What time is this?
It's got to be like 2, 3 in the morning.
It's 2, 3 in the morning. A lot of the other guys are sleeping. Some people are screaming through the cracks, and you're just letting out select humans.
Well, now they're not screaming. Like, that would only be 1 or 2 guys that were talkative. A lot of people just
fall asleep.
Sleep. They don't talk to you.
So 2 a.m.
This kid I know, he's up there. We're talking. And then he was actually having sex with the girl. Okay, there was this girl that was my neighbor. They moved her from Wisconsin, right? When I was like 18, 19. I don't know, 17, somewhere in that age group. But her sister was older and was fucking some dude that was in the jail.
Wow.
So this is a guy that I knew from high school.
Yeah, this guy's been around.
Yeah.
He was the neighbor's boyfriend.
So one day I let him. I was like, all right, man, yeah, go ahead. So I opened the gate, and I opened his door, and I got him.
At any point, do you think this guy could fuck me up and get out of here right now if you want?
No, there's no way he's getting out anywhere. It's impossible.
Okay, so there's no fear in your eyes here.
Yeah, not at all.
This is a win-win for you.
Because I would have to call. You have to call master control in the middle of the night to get your unit door opened. There's no key to it. So if I wanted to leave,
you can't even get out.
Yeah, I can't even get out. I have to fucking go, David 89 or whatever. I think it was David 87 to master control. I need, the door was like, I need
Sounds like you're talking like Star Trek right there.
Yeah. BR2 open.
BR2 master control.
Yeah. And they know your voice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he would have.
All right, so you let out old buddy, your neighbor's boyfriend.
So I was like, I opened the door. I'm like, just run routes, bro. I got this football. So he just running down the tier, and I'm just dropping back. Just, woof. And I'm like, this is awesome. So like half the night, this guy's just running around the unit, just catching passes with a duct tape.
What are the other inmates doing? They're sleeping.
Yeah, they're sleeping. They're sleeping.
So there was no screaming or anything. This was a very quiet game of catch.
Yeah, he was just him thumping around in his there was no secondary. I didn't let anybody out to guard him. I definitely I didn't have any coverage or we
weren't running one-on-ones.
No. Oh. That right there would have been a real problem. I can't imagine going down to master control and being like, listen.
Master control. This is absurd, by the way.
Yeah, that's master control. That's the main hub. Man. The whole every jail has the main hub down in the basement.
Well, how did this job stop? Like, how did you stop doing this job?
I did it for about 2 years. So I was dating. There was this one really hot chick that was plainclothes there. Her name was Stephanie, and she worked fucking classification.
Okay.
That means after you've been there for a few days, you go in there, she evaluates you, your charges, everything, and then she puts you in the correct unit.
Got you.
So we started fucking around.
Oh, yeah.
So we're hooking up.
Yeah,
this is all in the download because this was very bad.
Yeah, this is prison garden classification, kind of fraternizing.
Your boy's a player, though. The game don't wait back then.
Yeah, no way.
I've settled down.
Yeah,
but
back then, classification can get it.
I was ready. She was hot.
Yikes.
So she lived around the corner, too. That was even better.
In classification was right around the corner?
No, from my house where she actually lived.
You guys weren't fucking at the prison. You were fucking at home.
Yeah.
This is outside.
So,
did you fuck in the prison? The classification girl?
No, hell no. I never did that. I should have, but I didn't.
Should have thought about it.
I know.
Any of those dudes fucking each other?
She would have never did anyway. She was too high up. She wouldn't have fucking did that. So, then I was going to Mexico all the time like a maniac. I was just out of control. And I went to Mexico, and you got to go through a corner of California to get there. Alcadona is the afternoon area you go. Patio bar, you could be 16, drinking your nuts off.
No wall, just going right.
Yeah, you just walk right in. You got
no wall though.
No wall yet. No, the wall hadn't been built yet. There was no prototypes or nothing like that. There was a fence with a barbed wire on it, and
with a guy at the gate.
One guy at the gate. There's a bunch of old people going to get medicine and shit and dentistry.
Yep,
dentist
absolutely.
work.
Love that.
So we get hammered there. We're there all afternoon one day, just me and a couple of homies. My boy Kelly and this other kid Kyle. We were getting shit it was a parking lot. You park in America in a dirt parking lot. You walk across to Mexico. You don't ever drive in.
No. You always walk into Mexico.
Yeah. It was pointless. You're just wasting so much time because your car gets searched like a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
So
you got to walk with your drugs.
Unknowing to me, when I crossed the border and I'm going to the parking lot, there's a CHP officer sitting across the street. And the whole goal is in the correctional office game was that you wanted to try to get a police job somewhere. This is like a jump-off point to go be a cop.
Yep. This is the minor leagues.
Yeah. So, a lot of people were happy and they didn't want to be cops, but a lot of people that's what they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's like porn doers want to be porn stars.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
So,
by the way, there's a difference there. There's a kid in my high school that had like one POV he did, and he calls himself a porn star.
No.
You're a porn doer, cuz.
Yeah.
You ain't a star.
You're just a fucking variable in this
operation. Not everybody is a star just because you do porn.
Waist down, you don't even count, dude.
Cuz nobody even knows you're a porn doer.
Yeah. You're a fucking anonymous asshole that got lucky. Some girl was down to blow you on camera, and that's it.
And you made money. Mm-hmm. You're a porn doer.
And you probably didn't get permission, so now you're a piece of shit also.
And by the way, those nudes, Mark Zuckerberg wants them. All of them.
He wants to thumbprint your cock pics.
All of them.
And then boobies.
Oh, them boobies.
Let's get a thumbprint.
Send them to Mark Zuckerberg. He'll take care of them.
And then he's going to let you know. Beep, 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 beep. Alert, alert.
Alert, alert. Your boobies are coming from somebody else, not just Mark Zuckerberg anymore.
Someone's sending your titties. This guy sent your titties to another person.
Are you sure? Do you want us to attack them? Because technically these are our titties now, too. And that's what Facebook's saying. It's absurd.
Unbelievable.
How'd you get fired? You got a DUI?
Yeah, came back from
That's
Mexico.
what it sounds like. It sounds like you're leading into a DUI.
Yeah, I walked up. I kicked the cone. I'm
like-
fucking doing donuts in the dark. I was doing donuts in my
the
car in the dirt parking lot. It was fucking
Just got
awesome.
back from Mexico. Fuck yeah.
Just hitting it. He followed us right to the freeway, pulled me over, didn't give a fuck about my job, and I had just been going through 7 months of testing to be highway patrol for Arizona.
Oh my God, you were going from toilet paper football straight to highway patrol.
Yeah,
Ah,
I was ready.
it was the move. This was the move.
So then I get home, I go to jail, I get arrested, they take my car, and they were drunker than me, and the cop let them drive my car home, which was fucking beautiful, because I don't have to worry about towing.
That's what you were thinking about?
Yeah.
I got this
I was already
DUI. No
fucked.
towing, guys?
I was already fucked.
Good, thanks, officer.
Yeah. They let my buddy drive? Oh, yeah, he's way sober than me. Way more sober.
Yeah, it was just me that was drunk. That's why I drove.
And I was only 20 at the time, too, when I got this DUI. I was like 3 months out from 21.
But you were drinking in Mexico, which is what, 18 or 19?
They didn't give a fuck if you were 9. They just didn't. I mean, we were 16 in high school going there all on the weekends all the
In
time.
Mexico?
Yeah.
Man.
I was clubbing it at 16 fucking hard with fake IDs down, to get hammered. Because the little city that was 3 minutes away from my high school.
More stories you tell about this, the quicker that wall is going to get built. You don't even know it right now. You were going.
Well, this part, the wall is only going to hold back old people from buying medicine because that's all people go down there for in this little town. Alcadones, Mexico. It's the border closes at 10.
What's that movie where the dude, Matthew McConaughey, lost a bunch of weight and he's like a rodeo?
Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, Dallas Buyers. He goes to Mexico to get medicine.
Yeah.
Is that like the type of shit, the medicine
Yeah,
they go?
Yuma, Arizona is 50,000 people go there every summer. Every winter because they're escaping cold weather. They call them snowbirds. So there's just nothing but this population of 60-plus-year-old people that come there. They either have houses or they have huge ass badass RVs, and then they just go down there to get their medicine and they get any kind of dental work. They all get it done down in Alcadones. The whole city is dentists, pharmacies. There's one sports bar, one patio bar, one weird strip bar, and a dope ass taco stand, and then the rest is just souvenirs and fucking pills. That's all the city is.
All right, we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah,
but we should go to that.
Yeah, so I got a DUI, and then I told the girl, I told her, I called that girl Stephanie. I said, "This is what happened last night."
This is classification?
Yeah, I told her what happened. She was a high up, so she was a training officer in the academy. So she goes, "You should just tell them. Don't worry. Other people have gotten DUIs. You won't have nothing to worry about. Just make sure you're honest with them. Are they gonna, da da da." I went to work the next day. I was like, "I got a DUI," and those motherfuckers couldn't fire me fast enough.
They heard about Rodriguez.
They brought me in. They brought my ass in there quick. And so one of the guys that fired me, he randomly quit like 2 weeks later with Stephanie from classification. They both quit. They were in love, I guess. Me and her, I was a side thing for her.
Oh, this is a fucking reality. There's always drama happening.
Yeah, she was
behind
fucking
scenes.
the commander.
Oh, this is Master Control? She's fucking Master Control?
Higher than Master Control.
Oh, classification was fucking higher than Master
She
Control?
was fucking a commander.
Wow.
They both quit, rode off into the distance somewhere.
Wow.
All I heard was California. They just up and quit one day.
Wow.
Out of nowhere, fucking goners. But your boy got fired, got all some embarrassing shit, so I moved to fucking Phoenix, got a job at Olive Garden. Next thing I know, your boy's running around with breadsticks and shit. And then I got a job at the Improv, and then the fucking rest is history.
Classification was fucking...
What happened to you, Stephanie? I miss you.
Stephanie?
Did you guys work it out, or... You know who I am. It's me, Latham. I got fired when I got the DUI in 99. In 2000, I got to do it. You remember, you gave me the advice.
You're the one that sent me into your boyfriend's office.
Your mom had an Avalon. I bought you a bracelet. I remember I bought her some jewelry.
From Mexico? Like one of them?
No, I went to a real jewelry store.
Why? Don't do it. There's a video online talking about how they all just scam.
I worked at a jewelry store, too.
Everything's on sale.
It's the most
always
boring.
a sale.
It's the same fake sale over and over. They just change the name.
Sale. Must buy by the end. I've had somebody walk in there. I walk in there.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, the ring press is coming from all angles right now in my life. Sam came into my office and wrote with a dry erase pen, maybe think about a ring. I was like, yo, Jesus Christ, it's just getting written on the wall now.
That's worse than drawing a dick on your desk.
It's not, Anon. It's not. Anon. Because this is every day of my life. We get in the car, there's a diamond ring fucking billboard every quarter mile. Yeah. Like every quarter mile. Every commercial now is because it's the holiday season. This is the jeweler season. This is like their fucking time to steal money from everybody.
Yeah. I don't understand the rush, though. Like,
Every
why even
kiss
talk about
begins
it?
with K. Like all that bullshit.
I think you got to be, two people should be together for at least 3 years before they even think about it.
10 years, yeah, that's what you said.
At least 10 years.
3 years. 10
No,
years?
3. At least 3.
I just think the thing is, this is the thing. The thing is, whenever you make that move, it's like a real commitment, you know, like in the eyes of the whole world, right? The whole world. And I think that's what, because I mean, I talk about her in every single show I'm in because at some point she's either talking shit to me or doing something hilarious in my life. It's all day, every day. She packed me a lunch today. That's like real adult shit.
That's nice.
That's like real, like, that's like old couple shit, you know?
Well, I'll see you at 5 o'clock, honey.
Well, thanks. Thanks for the paper bag, babe. But it was like a real moment this morning. She was like, I packed you a lunch. I'm like, huh, that's so nice of you. 'Cause
Yeah.
normally I'm like trying to get Foxy to order me food at like 2:30 because I'm dead. I'm starving. Like, hey, Foxy, I forgot to eat today. Why don't you get something? It's pizza. We get pizza. And I'm like,
I was going to say this lunch had to be healthier than what we normally order.
my God.
You get a lot of chicken Caesar salads.
I get a lot of chicken. I get a lot of chicken Caesar salads, but I'm dying, bro. So I need those healthy things. God damn, it's everywhere, fellas. If the full court press is on from your lady, her family, your family, everybody else on earth, the jewelers and all them, let me tell you what. There's a lot of people going through the same stuff. We're in this together. Okay, when you see that billboard, draw attention the other direction. You see a billboard coming up, go ahead and point left, say something, make her look that way. This is a distraction process for the next couple months we're going to have to battle through. Every commercial is going to be a lock it up with a diamond that she loves commercial. You change that channel quicker than you could ever think about it. You don't even let them see it. Because every one of those things is subliminally messaging everybody around you to keep convincing you to get married. And if you're with the right one, you know it. She knows it. And that time will come at the right time. And that time is on your time. Okay? That is your time.
It's like being a quarterback. You gotta. Of course, there's pressure coming from everywhere, but you gotta stay cool, calm, and collected in that pocket.
In the pocket.
Check down your receivers.
In the pocket. The D end just hit a spin move, and he's rushing high to your right. You just go ahead and you just step up in the pocket a little bit.
Yep.
Then the nose tackle might be driving your center right into your face. Just go ahead and shift right a little bit. Now you're like out in the open, and maybe a linebacker is like kind of dropping into coverage to come after you. You pump fake him. You get him up in the air. That's the billboard. You pump fake. You distract. You juke it around, and whenever you want to hit that, hold my dick ball, you go for it because it's waiting on you, and you're going to throw it like Aaron Rodgers. That's what you need to know. Sean, thanks, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
Rick
Next time
Ross.
I'll
Rick
tell
Ross
you
was
the
a
story about when we all got in a fight and I called everybody the wrong unit.
What? How's that happen?
I just was fucking fighting some dude with some other dude, and I accidentally said the wrong unit when I was calling for backup, balls deep in a fight.
And they ran to the wrong part.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot. You should not have made it through that academy. All right, awesome. Classification though.
What happened to you, Stephanie? Are you still alive? Let me know. I just want to know that you're okay. It's been 20 years.
Stephanie was all over that fucking prison. She was in above master control, and she was down with graveyard shift. Jesus Christ. It's a whole totem pole of jail cocks. All right. Well, see you later.